Oh, my son, you should be ready to lay good foundation. Earlier the better. In the nearest future, you could be one of the leaders. So we pray. Amen. Oh, my daughter, you should be ready to lay good foundation. Earlier the better. In the nearest future, you could be one of the leaders. So we pray. Amen. To become a leader is not very easy. To become a man is not a day job. Everybody's ambition is to become a leader and to become a rich man. That is the struggle. So my son, you should be ready to lay good foundation. Earlier the better. In the nearest future, you could be one of the leaders. So we pray. Amen. Thank you, my brother. God bless you. So my daughter, you should be ready to lay good foundation. Earlier the better. In the nearest future, you could be one of the leaders. So we pray. Amen. To become a man is not a day job. To become a leader is not very easy. Everybody's ambition is to become a leader and to become a rich man. That is the struggle. So my son, you should be ready to lay good foundation. Earlier the better. In the nearest future, you could be one of the leaders. So we pray. Amen.
You are the pillar that holds my life. You are the pillar that holds my life. Master Jesus, you are the pillar that holds my life. Lily of the valley, you are the pillar that holds my life. You are the pillar that holds my life. You are the pillar that holds my life. Lion of the night, you are the pillar. Chickadee, you are the pillar. Daddy, you are the pillar that holds my life. Lion of Judah,
you are the pillar that holds my life.
walk in the way.
You are the pillar that holds my life.
Hey, yeah.
Master Jesus, you are the pillar that holds
You
my
are,
life.
you are the
Master
pillar.
Jesus, you are the pillar that holds my life.
I said, Jesus, unibu kalabati sinduwe. Nibu kalabati sinduwe. Ojo biembe, nibu kalabao. Nibu kwa kalabano. Nibu kwa kalabati sinduwe. Ojo biobi ko nibu kwa kalaba. Chikadide nibu kwa kalabao. Nibu kwa kalabati sinduwe.
We have become the oppressed and those that our political gladiators look down upon. I have thought that after the revelations of Chicago State University, Nigerians will be in mourning. Please recall that I say Nigerians, not Nigeria. So it has led me to the painful conclusion that Nigeria, as Nigerians, we have no shame, we have no honor. What has happened in Nigeria, if it had happened elsewhere in a civilized clime, the victims or the guilty ones would have been resigning, would have called it quits. But here in Nigeria, we do not have shame. We do not have honor. The Chicago State University deposition did not argue whether Tinubu attended Chicago State University or not. The Nigerian Constitution, as to the validity or qualification of a president, of a candidate to vie for a presidential post, has nothing to do with whether you attended university or not. As a matter of fact, the Constitution said that the minimum qualification for the post of of a president is primary school certificate. However, the Constitution also expressly said that if a candidate submits a forged certificate to INEC, that such a candidate is not qualified to run. Such a candidate should be disqualified. It is simple and express. The Constitution has no ambiguity in that provision. So I have thought that at this point in time, Nigerians will be ashamed, and Yorubas will be particularly ashamed. Now, I know for sure, for a fact, that when Mesoma submitted a forged JAMB result, I knew what the West media, how they embellished that report, and committees were set. JAMB took it upon itself. I recall the JAMB, whatever the JAMB spokesperson on, is it on Arise or Channels? I could see the anger with which he spoke, and the speed with which Mesoma was punished. I think they said for 3 years she will not be allowed to write JAMB. For 3 years she will not be. That means in 3 years Mesoma will not get admission into any university. And that 3 years was slammed on her because she was a minor. Okay, that's a young girl of below 18 giving those stiff penalties for forging a JAMB result. Now here is the seat of the highest. Here's the highest seat of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and somebody occupying it who has forged a certificate. Shouldn't we all be miffed and irked and angry across Nigeria that a revered seat such as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has been soiled and desecrated by the singular wish and dream and mischief of one man who believes he has amassed so much wealth to claim the loyalty of the legislator, to claim the loyalty of the judiciary, to claim the loyalty of the executive. Now we have a legislative that can't talk. I have thought that by now the legislative would have set up an inquiry or a committee to investigate the authenticity of the veracity or whatever of the president who occupies the seat. But that can't happen. After all, Godswill Akpabio, who is supposed to be president of the legislature, is unambiguously, openly loyal to Tinubu. Look, the legislative was set up to check the excesses of the executive and the excesses of the judiciary. But when we have a situation where both chambers, both arms of government are completely subservient to the executive, then we have no government. Particularly the judiciary. The judiciary is supposed to be the hope, or the last hope, as they say, of the common man. According to Dele Farutimi, if the judiciary is compromised, then we should be alarmed. What the judiciary said on the 6th of September 2023 concerning the presidential election should tell us that Nigeria, we don't have one. So we kept our cool, we kept our hope, believing that the Supreme Court may just do something differently. And in case they still believe that there's a way to wriggle Tinubu out of this quagmire situation, here comes the Chicago State University forged result. And the deposition was very clear that the certificate Tinubu submitted to INEC did not emanate from Chicago State University. Point clear. No ambiguity, no coloration. It was clear. And the constitution again to that effect was clear. If you submit a forged certificate to INEC, you are disqualified. So what is the legislature waiting for? What is the Supreme Court had? But the Supreme Court had, is it had or has? The Supreme Court should not in any way try to say, well, they are not going to accept new evidence. The whole idea of a system is to make a system work. The whole idea of a system is to get. If you have a vehicle, and you are traveling to, let's say I'm leaving Jos to Abuja, And somewhere between Jos and Abuja, the motor breaks down. And I discovered that it is the fuel pump that has problem. And then somebody rushes from Jos to bring fuel pump for me somewhere close to Abuja. And I tell them, no, you cannot bring the fuel pump now since you didn't bring it when we were in Jos. It is too late to bring the fuel pump. So the whole essence of judgment is to get to the truth. Is Tinubu validly elected by the people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? The answer is no. Tinubu has not been our choice and should definitely resign. My name is Magnus Oraka and I'm calling on Tinubu to resign. He is not our choice and will never be our choice and has never been our choice. So we look up to the Supreme Court, hoping, just hope. Nobody can authoritatively say that our judiciary will do what is right. But the same judiciary saw what transpired in America, saw how judges, you could see that they were pursuing the truth. They knew that there was a court case in Nigeria which has a limited date to the 5th of October. And they said they needed to complete theirs before the expiration date. If it were here in Nigeria, our judiciary would have succumbed to the delay tactics of the Tinubu administration, such that they will be putting a stay on hold. Before you know it, 5th of October will have elapsed. That is a system that works for the people. Imagine the judgment when they said, Tinubu, do not apply again because we will not accept it, knowing fully well that the expiration date for submission of evidence is still there. That is a system that works. That is an uncompromised judiciary. Imagine a judge telling a sitting president that, look, no, come here again. If you bring this thing, come here. I will not accept it again. That is a fearless judiciary. That is what we lack in Nigeria, and we must do something about it. Nigeria cannot continue to wallow in this abysmal retrogression that some unscrupulous politicians, thieves, and criminals have subjected Nigeria into. We must be better than this. We are bigger than this, and we are more. Come on. There's a young Cameroonian guy that makes caricature about us. Aren't you ashamed? As a Yoruba man, are you sworn or are you cursed to be ethnically enslaved, such that people who have questionable characters are looked beyond their crime and forgiven just because he is my tribesman? Come on. I know that the Igbo man will never do like that. I know that the Hausa man will never do like that. There was one Salisu Ibrahim, Salisu Buaria of the Toronto University saga. They not came after him and he resigned. There are other, is it Evans Ewerem, Senate President. He resigned. Why should he be different to the Yoruba man? Tinubu forged a certificate. Tinubu should resign. If you are a Yoruba man and you are supporting this rubbish, that means the Yoruba nation have no shame. That you are saying that the Yorubas are potentially criminals or have great and unstoppable propensity to criminality. That's why you support what is wrong. I can tell you for sure that if Tinubu were to be an Urobo man, we the Urobo people would have asked him to resign. Why is the Yoruba nation silent in the face of glaring evidence that the rubbish and garbage you presented to Nigeria is a false and is a fake? Please, let us build Nigeria. Nigeria is bigger than any tribe. Nigeria is bigger than Igbo, Hausa, Fulani, Yoruba. Nigeria is bigger than any single individuals. No matter how much wealth you have amassed, Nigeria is bigger than you. So let us fight to save this country. My name is Magnus Oraka, and I say, please, follow this page. And
is grounds for immediate disqualification. Following the disputed results of the February 25 presidential election in Nigeria, Tinubu has faced multiple legal challenges from the two major opposition parties, which won a combined 60% of the official vote count. Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party and Peter Obi of the Labour Party have been in court since May, alleging multiple breaches of electoral law by Tinubu. A key issue anchoring Atiku Abubakar's case is that Tinubu committed multiple instances of perjury on his presidential declaration form, including submitting a forged degree certificate and failure to declare an additional nationality. Another key issue anchoring both opposition cases is a 1993 US drug trafficking investigation involving Tinubu, where he was ordered by a court in Chicago to forfeit $460,000 in proceeds of heroin trafficking found in his bank accounts. Despite the many question marks surrounding Tinubu, French President Emmanuel Macron and US President Joe Biden both initially seemed very keen to establish cordial relations with his government, especially when it came to the proposed military invasion of Niger following the removal of Mohamed Bazoum from office. At Nigeria's appeal court, Tinubu's lawyers successfully argued that his prior involvement in criminal activity like drug trafficking was not grounds for disqualification because the forfeiture was a civil case instead of a criminal one, and it was his bank accounts that were charged with laundering drug money and not him. But Tinubu's fortunes began to change shortly after failing multiple times to get the Nigerian military to invade Niger. First via an attempted illegal deployment of Nigerian special forces into Niger, which was foiled when the attack plans were leaked to a journalist. Then via a formal request to the Nigerian Senate, which was rejected. And finally via a joint ECOWAS military intervention, which again failed to materialize. Following the US government's security deal with the new Nigerian authorities, which was followed by the humiliating exit of France from the country, both of which rendered Tinubu ineffective as a regional Western ally, his political fortunes subsequently nosedived as his legal troubles in the United States began to pile up. Atiku Abubakar's lawyers sought a subpoena to compel Chicago State University to reveal everything it knows about Bola Tinubu, who claims to have graduated from the institution in 1979. Tinubu's lawyers argued that the court should not grant the subpoena because releasing these records would tarnish his image. Despite several appeals, Judge Nancy Maldonado on October 1 delivered a ruling authorizing the subpoena and mandating a sworn deposition by officials of Chicago State University. The subpoenaed documents and subsequent legal deposition revealed that the certificate Tinubu submitted to the Electoral Commission was not issued by Chicago State University and contained several mistakes and discrepancies. Nigerian investigative journalist David Hundeyin last year revealed that the certificate submitted to the commission bore a striking resemblance to a fake certificate template for Chicago State University provided by an online certificate forgery service called diplomamakers.com. According to the deposition, Chicago State University cannot verify that the student on its files known as Bola A. Tinubu is in fact the same person as Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which raises the incredible specter of potential identity fraud by Nigeria's president. The matter has been filed in Nigeria's Supreme Court as part of the presidential election petition appeal, which commences hearing this month, which means that we could well be witnessing the last few days of Tinubu's presidency. But that isn't all. In another remarkable twist, 6 US government agencies, including the FBI, CIA, IRS, and DEA, who were sued by Plainsight.org founder Aaron Greenspan and David Hundeyin for refusing to honor freedom of information requests regarding the records they hold on Tinubu, have stated that they will comply with the FOIA request. The FBI alone stated that it has identified over 2,500 pages of relevant information in its file on Tinubu, which it will begin to release publicly from October. It would seem that following his failure to deliver on the mandate to invade Niger given to him by Western backers, Africa's latest Western puppet president could be about to bite the dust.
The presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, has filed what he termed as fresh evidence against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the Supreme Court. The former vice president, who has also urged Supreme Court to accept the new evidence, specifically sought to leave of the apex court to tender Tinubu's academic records, which he said were handed over to him by the Chicago State University on October 2nd, 2023. In a motion he filed through his team of lawyers, led by Chief Chris Uche, SAN, the PDP presidential candidate said the evidence he is seeking to tender before the court would establish his allegations that Tinubu submitted forged documents to the Independent National Electoral Commission in aid of his qualification to participate in the presidential election. Atiku argued that Tinubu, by his action, committed forgery and perjury and therefore deserved to be removed from office by the Supreme Court. He also stated that the 32-page document he is seeking to tender was released by the CSU on the orders of Judge Nancy Maldonado of the District Court of Illinois, Eastern Division, Illinois, in the United States of America. All right. Steve, the saga continues.
The saga
If
continues.
you recall, I mean, the whole idea was, discovery for use. And we don't know if the Supreme Court will admit these fresh evidence at this point.
Yeah.
Some lawyers have argued that it is in the best interest of the Supreme Court to accept this because it's a matter of national importance, national interest. Others have said it's not technical for them to admit these documents in court.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I mean, it's up to the Supreme Court, frankly speaking, and we will get to know in a matter of days or weeks, when the justices will decide, whether it's acceptable to them or not. I think that the lawyers to former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has done the right thing to their cause, which is to present that which they believe they got from Chicago State University, and which they think that it might swing the judgment in their favor. And part of what they're arguing is that it has been done before, and they cited instances that for electoral petition, if it becomes necessary, and that the Supreme Court can and indeed have done that before to accept fresh evidence that can help or assist the petitioner. Of course, part of what people are saying is that you didn't plead some of these things ab initio,
right?
And that the Supreme Court is not where you go and argue fresh cases. But then, even if Supreme Court accepts, it's also all about what's the precedent. People have cited the case of 2 governors in Osun,
yes,
and in Enugu, where some decisions have been taken and it didn't quite go in the manner that a lot of people thought that it would go. So it is not just about will the Supreme Court accept, even if they do, what is the strength of the evidence that Atiku Abubakar and his lawyers are bringing to the court. But of course, we know that this will not go away anytime soon. It is not likely that it will even disappear after the Supreme Court ruling. There are other things attached to the evidence in court that Atiku Abubakar is bringing, and I foresee that this might stretch ultimately, depending on what the Supreme Court says, ultimately towards 2026, if not to 2027, when the next round of the elections and voting, will happen.
8 October 2023. Thank you very much, my people, for your time with us. I just want you to do the needful. Press on the like button. I always ask about this like button. Currently we have 120 likes, and we have about 500 people already watching us. If you can press on the like button, let's do this together, my people. I appreciate every one of you. How are you guys doing today? I've tried my best already to showcase everybody right there on the screen, so I will endeavor. Okay, let me just quickly acknowledge more people right now. Mother of all, Mommy Diaspora, good evening to you, Mommy. Thanks for joining us always. Thanks for your support. Agola Emmanuel Shooks, thanks very much for joining us. I appreciate you. Daughter of Zion, I can see you. Mercy Foster, Ivy Jack, thank you. God bless you all. Ezewango, Ejidima, God bless you all. Wabo Felix, thank you, my wonderful people. And God bless you now. I can see Bobby Destiny with us. Vitos Ekwebelem, Oriomi, thank you very much. Ade Adobo, and many more. Madam Patricia Tagbojomi, Madam Bella Naomi, Madam Helen, Fak Jaka, I can see you. Victor Smart, Madam Tusabi, Rosie Ayosh, Peggy Modi, Enoma, Saharin, and Kogo bless all of you. Former patients and many others. Solomon, thanks for joining us. God bless you. I appreciate you all. Please help us to press on the like button and let's do this together. We have a lot to talk about today. As you all can see, that the beautiful thing about everything right now is that Atiku have filed a new case against Tinubu. As you all know, what the case is all about is the forgery. Some of these satanic people that have been passing it here and there. That Atiku never mentioned anything to do with forgery or all that in the PEPC court. Yes, we have a proof for that. We're going to be showcasing that shortly to let everybody know that right from day one, Atiku indicated that he's going to pursue this whole case, and which he did. We're not looking forward to Supreme Court to do the needful, even though the whole world is already watching, you know. So if they want to intimidate us like the PEPC court did, just because we were talking on social media, they now decided to um, pass a judgment with anger, with frustration, with hatred, with tribalism, nepotism, and favoritism. You know, if they are going to do that, no problem. Just do whatever you want to do. But it's good. I like the way it is right now. At least everybody know what is currently going on in Nigeria. Guys, press on the like button and let's do this together. You know, let's let me check how many likes we currently have right now. I'm going to be posting out a link straight away for those of you that want to join us. You know, you can join us right now because I think I'm done with all the videos. I only have articles to take from here. So in case you want to join us, it's the best time for you to click on the link immediately. I post it right now. I'm trying to get the link for you right now. Then we can take it from here. Thank you, my people. I appreciate every one of you for your time with us. It's not easy for anybody. It's a collective effort. We need to be appreciating each other's. You know, it's a collective effort. Yes, I appreciate every one of you thanking me all the time. Naija Wash, thank you. I really appreciate that. That is pushing me to do more. But I want you all to know that without you guys, we can't do this. So, like I've always said on this platform, that if Mr. Peter Obi decide today to pay all obedience, he cannot. Mr. Obi automatically become a poor man, you know. So because you can't, all you can say is thank you. That's all, and give us a good Nigeria. Right, we currently have 155 likes. Continue to press on the like button, my people. May God bless every one of you. That last video that I played, you know, is a pathetic one, which you already know about the lady that you know, that ended up losing her life due to one chance people. She was stabbed and the hospital refused to treat her. So yes, I understand that. Even me myself, I know that there was a constitution amendment that says anybody rushed to the hospital, even though it's a gunshot or whatever, should be treated. So for that hospital not to treat that particular lady and allow her to die, they need to take that further. But the unfortunate part of the law that was amended is only how much is it? Is it 50, only 50,000 naira fine for any hospital that refuse to treat anybody? Somebody have died, and the fine that they're going to be giving to the hospital is just going to be 50,000 naira. What a country. I don't know who is designing all this constitution, who is doing all these things. It's very sad. Listen, guys, don't wait for this to happen in your family before you react. Don't wait for this to happen to any of your relatives before you talk about it. Trust me. These people that is losing their lives every day, they have family members as well. Currently, they are in pains. Some of them have children and all that. So always say things how it is. Expose these people. Share our videos. Like our videos. Any platform that you know that people are advocating for a better Nigeria, share their broadcasts. You know, because if our voices don't go far, trust me, we're going nowhere. Thank you very much, my people. Let me post out a link so we can take it from here. That is the link right there. Any Arsenal fan listening to me right now, congratulations. Arsenal just beat Manchester City 1-0. Congratulations to us. I'm Arsenal fan. If you'll be Arsenal fan, either listen to me or you're going to be playing back this video later on, congratulations to you. Meanwhile, let's move on, my people. I appreciate every one of you. And I'm also going to be talking about one of our brother in Edo State, comrade Emmanuel Aigbogun. Emmanuel Aigbogun is currently in detention in Oko. Oko Center, for those of you that came from Edo State, you understand Oko Center, you know, is being accused of different things. I'm going to be playing his audio later on. You know, he sent me an audio before he was arrested, or the day, you know, they sent him the day they were taking him or something like that. But I have the audio. I've not got the time to play this, so I've posted it on the group a couple of days ago. I want him to speak to the world. It's actually, as we speak right now, in Oko. The unfortunate part of it is that nobody is actually there for him. You know, it's very sad as we speak right now. Nobody is there for him. All the comrade, all the fake, satanic comrades in those states that know this man, none of them is there for him. That's the unfortunate part of it. Many of them are his friends. They are not there. But we're going to be playing this audio later on to hear what Emmanuel Aigbogun have to say. What led to his arrest? Why is right there in detention? But meanwhile, I've posted out a link so you can click on the link and join us, and let's talk about the things that is affecting us right here. But before I start accepting people in, let me quickly start taking this record here quickly. As you can see, that one there. Okay, this is from Jackson Uday. Thank you, Mr. Alex. I don't see you, my brother. I will accept you in shortly. That is from Jackson Uday. Shameless certificate forgers on these streets. So many shameless, educated illiterate on these streets. You are not even ashamed that after Chicago State University officials under oath deposed that the certificate Bola Tinubu, I don't want to read it the way he put his name, Bola Tinubu submitted was not from CSU. You are still pushing the worn out narrative. CSU confirmed he graduated. Where did they confirmed in the deposition? Okay, they are Defuga graduated. I don't know all this name with this guy they talk, so I don't understand. This article. Listen, my manager, I don't understand all this way they print the course. So I know that because this guy just from beginning to the end, I say the guy the vest. Okay, I'll they jump some words here, understand with me. Okay, they talk say Tinubu graduated or what? Okay, or even your eyes are so blind. This thing, okay, more than read that by myself. I don't want to read that with my mouth again. It did screen. Read that particular one for yourself. I will take orders by myself. Okay. Yes. Arise, Rufai. Arise, Rufai, they give these people woto, not be small for Twitter. They deal with them. You say happy Sunday. Just you enjoyed your service today. Now lie. Not be happy Sunday. Rufai can't do. He can't give them woto. He can't post this thing when they see so. So I go put on here. He posted this one from Festus Keyamo, senior advocate of what again? Of Nigeria. I don't know how someone wants to turn that one anyway. Forgery occurs. Now, Festus Keyamo, they talk this one. So this one was back in 2019, 15th of April 2019. Forgery occurs when the supposed author of the document denies ever making it or denies its authenticity. WAEC has confirmed the authenticity of the PMB certificate by issuing an attestation of it. Case closed. Listen, the reason why this thing was posted, don't forget to forgery occurs. Forgery occurs when the supposed author of a document denies ever making it or denies its authenticity. CSU denied Tinubu the certificate Tinubu submitted to INEC, right? Good. So I just wanted you to know. Thank you, Mr. Chike. I don't see you already, sir. I'll come back to you shortly as well. I just wanted to quickly take this. I'll start accepting people in shortly. Then Rufai posted this one as well. Me can't surprise me. No, say Rufai they do all this woto for Twitter. You can't post this one. The question: how they take confirm? So CSU doesn't know of any diploma dated 1979 like the INEC diploma that has ever been issued. Correct? Then CSU can say it is a simple yes. Okay, can ask is a simple yes or no. They can say sure. That means they don't know anything, right, about the certificate submitted to INEC. Then you can see here another question where CSU ask for here. They ask, and CSU did not issue a diploma dated June 27, 1979 to Mr. Tinubu in 1979. Correct? CSU say correct. What else are we shouting for? Why are we fighting ourselves? It's clear. Let me take that again. It's highlighted with yellow. And CSU did not issue a diploma dated June 27, 1979 to Mr. Tinubu in 1979. Correct? That's question. Then Chicago State University say correct. So what are we talking about? Let's move on. We have response right here. This one is from Daniel David. What we need to do now is make sure we bring this news to international media across the globe. This will completely inhibit other countries from doing business with us. That gagging, this is done. The economic impact will result in public outrage. Okay, we have another response here. I thought by now there would be breaking news from Aso Rock. It appears Druggy Tinubu wants to be dragged out from the Aso Rock. Yes, normally supposed to be breaking news, say Tinubu has been removed, but he's still there. You know, now the way we find our country, my people, don't worry, we'll succeed by God's grace. We'll have a better Nigeria. The scientists say, let me remind you guys, what usually happens while you busy ranting and posting on social media without action. These people will go underground working with the people judges that decide the case. In the end, you end up having your say, but they have their way. Win the case. This one's strong. Oh. This one's strong. But meanwhile, let's move on. We have another reaction here from Mr. Cornelius. They know what they are doing. Please, we should start looking into the events surrounding anyone supporting forgery, whether they are in Nigeria or in diaspora. Only a criminal will support criminality. Then we have Big God. This is so terrible and shouldn't just be let go like that. Tinubu must be disqualified. Tinubu must go. Hashtag. Why we have Lala, anyone that thinks the Supreme Court will comply to the rule of law by disqualifying Tinubu needs his or her head checked. If we don't come out to protest, nothing will happen. I picked some sense for that one anyway. All right. Okay, Shuku say, so surprised to see, hear, read educated adults telling cheap lies to deceive the masses. I ask, how do they raise their kids? What are the kids' reaction seeing their father telling cheap lies in public? Ike Gwolu, I don't know what that means. They are ready to sell a whole community to remain relevant. While I have this one here, 2 more to go. Wuta Derua, he said, I'm surprised that Tinubu is waiting to be told to resign. Where is the honor, if there is any at all? How is this different from what Mesoma did? In fact, I would say this is worse. We cannot have a president with questionable intentions, credentials. Please do the needful. Biko. All right, let's take the second to the last. This one is from the Kwakili, the Kwakili, and I be name for there. Please, I want you to stay safe, sir. This one was talking to Rufai. Please, I want you to stay safe, sir. We still want you alive. This country is not worth dying for. You have done your best in speaking the truth always. Why the last one here? Oil and gas equipment says Naibi Nemo. A forger posing as the president of Nigeria is highly unacceptable. The right authorities should get that thing off the seat of government to avoid more destruction and pollution of our dear nation. Thank you very much, my people. That is all I have for you guys today. I appreciate every one of you. So I would like us, let me accept our people in here. My brother, Mr. Alex, it's good to have you on the show. How are you doing today? Good evening to you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Najawash. Euphoric and revelation intervention greetings from my stable here in Amagba. I want to say, Opobolobuna, the people's voice is the voice of God. So, and we are getting there. Thank you, Mr. Najawash. I greet those on the comment section, of course, viewers worldwide, and of course, my fellow panelists. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you, my brother. Thank you so much. All right, we have Mr. Chike with us. Mr. Chike, good evening to you, sir. How are you doing today? Happy
I'm
Sunday
doing
to you.
good. Thank you so much. It's nice to be on your program, sir.
Thank you, sir. It looks like it's your first time, right?
No, yesterday, I think it was the day before yesterday was my first time, so this is my second time.
Oh, okay. Don't worry, we'll get used to you soon, sir. Just try to join us always so that we can get
Yes,
used to you.
yes.
Thank you. Thank you
So,
very much, sir. God bless you.
God bless
You
you
want to
too.
speak? You want to speak? Okay. Go ahead. Speak to us. Then I'll come to Alex later.
Yeah, I just wanted to acknowledge our brother, Rufeni,
Okay.
Oseni. I mean,
Go say.
he has become my favorite journalist, someone that speaks his mind, regardless of the consequences or the repercussions. And also, I need to call out, give kudos to the other brothers, Dele Farrell to me, and put him on the same level as my brother and my friend, Omoyole Showore,
Yeah.
Dati, those kind of yourself, and other people that we must speak our mind and let these people know they are not. We should not be afraid of them. I think they've gotten used to Nigerians being so afraid of, or we arrest you and we'll kill you and all that stuff. We just have to remember that we've had people in the past that actually you know, they were not afraid, for the good of other people, for the good of the the majority of our people. Martin Luther King them, when they were out there knowing that someday they're going to be killed, and yet, they walked their behind off. Um, Recently, Mandela, all of us know about Mandela. Those people knew that something was going to happen to them, but for the good of the public, for the good of black community,
Mm,
they worked so hard, they weren't afraid, So for these guys that weren't afraid, they are not afraid, to speak their mind, and let I was so proud how Kenneth Okonkwo and Dele, how they spoke their mind the other day, just regardless of the consequences. And
mm,
we have to recognize that something might happen to them. And then we need to be planning, when something happens to them, what do we do? How do we respond? If they were to arrest David Hundayan, what will happen? How do we respond? We need to start now to plan, our responses. So I am the executive director of African Global Center, an organization here in Maryland, USA. And we must I've told people we must begin to plan right now what's going to happen. So use this organization as a platform. I know your organization, we can use your platform as well, but being on YouTube, we don't want your platform to be taken away from you. So we need to have a plan B. So we're also planning to sue um, Chicago State Chicago State College or University, whatever they are. And I was so glad when somebody mentioned it on your platform the other day. I said, okay, so we are thinking along the same route. So we need to start planning. So Mr. Elvis, I'm going to leave my phone number if anybody would like to be involved so that we start now to plan. Let's not wait till it actually happens. Let not wait till Nigeria Supreme Court makes that bad decision, judgment, and then we were not ready, we are taking on our wares. So
mm.
let's do it right now. Let's start thinking. Let's start discussing it. Every day we come to your platform.
Engineer Francis was saying almost similar thing yesterday as well.
Yes.
You know.
So
Yeah.
if I left my phone number on the line yesterday, so if he can give me a call so that maybe he and I, in fact, right after we finished talking yesterday, I called a lawyer and we were supposed to be meeting and discussing it. So let's not wait till we get taken unawares. Let's make these people uncomfortable. Let's know. I know their families. They live somewhere in the Americas or in the United Kingdom. Let's figure out where they live. Let's make them uncomfortable. Let's make sure, because the reason why they make such bad judgments is because they have nothing to lose. Their families are here enjoying, this country. But if we make them uncomfortable, if we make sure that they don't come every day and ride their big cars and so that they know that we know where they live. Somebody like what's that guy, the new minister of aviation, Festus Keyamo. Remember when he bought a house in Houston, Texas, and he was running with his dog or something? Let's begin to sue him, sue his house. If we keep suing him, he will lose that house. He may be winning, but if we keep suing him all the time, he will lose that house. We make them uncomfortable. That's what we can do here from the diaspora. Let's make them very, very uncomfortable so that they won't have any they will make that decision to come here and buy houses, so that when they finish enjoying Nigerian money, they will come here and also enjoy America. Let's make sure that at least that will not happen. So every time we come on your platform, every day, let's make sure we live here with one thing in common. We decide, okay, this is an agenda that we agreed upon today. And we're going to write that down, and we can give it, put that to African Global Center or another platform where that will be discussed and what we need to do going forward on that particular issue. We, as the diaspora, we hold a lot of, we are very strong. The money that we send home, we remit home every year. It's more than, whatever, Tinubu might be looking for investment or something. We are investing so much. We need to act like it. We need to let them know that we are investors, who are the most important investors, and we need to act accordingly. But we are not acting accordingly at all. So please, that's my little bit. I don't want to hold too much time
Thank you,
from
sir.
other people. So otherwise I do have some more, and if there's more time, I would like to contribute some more. Thank you.
Of course, I'll come back to you. Surely.
Okay.
I'll come back. Thank you very much, sir. All right. My people, thank you very much. Continue to press on the like button. I appreciate you all. Before we move on, I would like us to play this audio from our brother that is currently in detention right there in Edo State, Comrade Emmanuel Agbogun. I want us to hear him out. Is about 7 minutes long audio. What happened and why they've kept him there, for this long. Let's quickly listen to this, then I'll come back to you guys. Press on the like button and help us to share. Thank you.
Again, good morning. Please, I'm giving you this voice note as a means to solicit for Nigeria family to immediately look into my issue and give it needed publicity attention it needed. As I'm talking to you today, in the courtroom, although from the look of things, it appears that won't be given the needed adequate attention to arraigned in court before the judge, but rather there seemed to be a chamber hearing that the court wants to do. But I'm this moment using my phone through the toilet means to reach out to you. The matter I'm involved in, let me give you a lowdown on the matter. This matter started since sometime around 2018 when a community approached me over incessant attacks on them by their neighboring community and the immediate past CDA chairman. I think at some point you had intervened by interviewing the both parties and advising them to maintain some high level of decorum. To this end, these attacks kept on coming, not until when we started protesting to Government House and the DSS, and the masterminder, late Edwin Ogianose, was arrested and arraigned to court for murder. But before his arrest, this police officer who I sent you his picture of, Jesus Agase, was initially investigating the same matter, and at the end of the day, because of money's exchange hand, he refused to charge Edwin to court for murder, and that gave Edwin, the room to feel superior, that he can kill anybody or do anything with the police and get away with it. So, to the issue that brought me under detention as we speak, is on the 29th of March, I received a call while I was far away in Port Harcourt. I received a call from the Okaigele of the community saying that there is a planned invasion of this community with the aid of police and armed thugs with vigilantes. So he quickly requested that I reach out to the Commissioner of Police, the CSU government house, who was at some point intervening in the matter, and the AIG and the so-called police officer, Jesus Agase, which I did. Reached out to the Commissioner of Police, who instructed that we should reach out to the DPO, which I also informed them to send message across to the DPO, which they did. I reached out to the CSO government house, who also in turn reached out to the DC Zone 5, because he was the most ranking officer since the AIG was indisposed at the time. So after that, I reached out to Jesus Agase while he was still on bed that morning, telling him that this is what they plan to do with his office, to use vigilante and thugs. But he denied everything, owing to the fact that they've already perfected their plans to go to the community that day and nothing would stop them. So immediately after that, I also did due diligence by making sure that I posted on the Facebook and social media platforms to draw the attention of the Edo State government to it also. At about 6 p.m. that day, I received a call from the chairman saying that Edwin was dead. That despite the fact that he had also reached out to the military men, in the checking point at their junction to be around when this police will come so that there will be no casualty, because the youths in the community were becoming too angry with the situation, and they felt that since the police were not doing their job, they should also, defend themselves. So at the time when they came, there were shootings and fightings and all of that within themselves. At the end of the day, Edwin sustained bullet injury and died in the process. So the Zone 5 police now, who all ran from the scene, from what I was told, ran back to the office and established a case of murder. Now, upon establishing a case of murder, 4 of the vigilantes of Ubiasa community was arrested and charged to court. So when I discovered that they were arrested, I said, okay, let me quickly know what they were even holding them for, not to hear from hearsay or act on hearsay. I went to the court and got a lawyer that applied for the charge sheets and saw that the police lied. The police lied. I will make reference to their police report from 1 to 11, where you read through in the course of your broadcast to see how the police lied, stating that they were unaware that Edwin was mobilizing thugs to the community unknowingly to them, which was well known to them because we had reached out to the DC, we had reached out to the Professor Agase, who also led his men there, who also instructed, he gave a directive for his men to go there on that same day. When I saw that, I decided to write a petition to the Inspector General of Police, which the Inspector General of Police, in his wisdom, referred the petition back to AIG Zone 5 to look into. But since that petition was reached, we only called once. When we went back to the station again, the officer and the person in charge proved abortive. We couldn't reach out to the person. Several attempts for us to go through the admin to trace the petition proved abortive. So the community, in their own wisdom, decided to write a fresh petition again to Abuja through their lawyers, which they did. And the police came to Benin, on the verge of investigating the matter, arrested some persons and took them to Abuja, and also granted them bail and gave them a date for them to come back to Benin, which was on Monday of 2 weeks ago. I cannot figure out the actual date now. So when these people came back from Abuja, preparing to go for Monday, they now called the other chairman who is currently under detention with me, that they want to do a peace meeting, that they want to settle this matter. They don't need police case. And I told the chairman that he should go, but he should know one thing, that in this kind of a matter where there's a murder case against you, they must want to arrest you. I think this is just a smart move for them to, dilapidate all your efforts to getting justice. But however, I believe in a dispute resolution. So go and see what they have to say. The chairman went up. Upon getting there after the meeting, he was arrested and taken to court, taken to Zone 5 police station. So 2 days later, I think I got the information the next day morning. I made a post and also went as far as trying to reach out to the Zone 5 authority. The IG said he was not around. So the elders of the community came to my office, insisting that I join them to the station. So on getting to the station with them, I was also pointed as a murder suspect and arrested by this same Superfesto Sagase. So that is why I'm currently being held hostage, or rather held in remand custody. From what I'm seeing, that they want to proceed with the remand custody here in court, so that one can not, cry out to the public for the needed attention this matter deserves. However, I want to conclude by saying that I'm not in any way supporting any form of communal crisis or violence, and in no form will I also aid and abet or conspire to kill someone for whatever reasons. But however, I want the Nigeria Watch family, as a pro-people and pro-masses advocate platform, to please wade into this matter with all sense of findings. I will also give you this Agassi's number to call him to find out if on that said day if we reach out to him, and to also find out from him why they lied on their police reports, if not only to the fact that they are conspiring with these criminal elements to continuously use police as a tool to exploit and cause communal crisis. It will interest all of you to note that even this Festus Agase is not only doing this thing in Nubi as a community, or Bagay Nevos, a Egbain community, and a host of others which their names are not available in my head now, but the few ones I know, that I also complain about the same Festus Agase. So please, I want you guys to use your media outfit to please draw the attention of the needed police authority, because they are not aware. The AIG might not be too informed because he was not on ground when this matter started, and he might probably not have been briefed. And the DC, I see him as a very, very biased and induced element in the police force, owing to the fact that I had come to complain to him over some issues, why this matter should be looked into, and the next thing they declared me a suspect, despite the fact that I had told them that I was not in the scene, and this is what they were asking me for, that how did I get the pictures I posted, and I told them. They still went ahead to charge me for murder without verifying the alibi that says I was not on ground. I was in Port Harcourt. I cannot be in Port Harcourt in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, and still come to Benin and commit a crime and go back to Port Harcourt. It is not done. The least time you can drive from Port Harcourt to Benin is 6 hours, and that is the least when the roads are good and we know the conditions of our roads as at last year to this year. Not to talk about taking flights. There's no flight zone that no flight operates from Benin to Port Harcourt. So I don't know what is informing them that I was in the scene of crime and I'm also a murder suspect. However, to cut the long story short, these are plans perfected by our brother Kotsego Sabo, because he is also on the supporting side of the immediate past chairman, and one of Sabonye Osagede, who is also a major problem on the Benin Saple Road, with his gang of AMN that are constituting broad violence and obvious violence even during broad daylight. So there's more that I'm going to speak But I just feel that I be granted bail by the courts so that I can also say the obvious to the world and come out with facts. Please, I need the assistance of Nigeria Watch to make sure that this information goes viral. All the documents will be sent to you. I will instruct my personal assistant to do that so that you can also see what I have seen and also judge from what you know as the rights and operative and privileges and duties of a police officer. Thank you very much. Yeah, Mr. Again, good morning.
Okay, thank you very much, my people, for your time with us. In the next 5 minutes, we're going to be switching to the Nigeria issue. But as you all know, this is part of the reason why we are fighting for a better Nigeria. When somebody, Nigeria is a country where anybody can lie against you, police arrest you, and put you in prison for no reason. This is one of them. This is our brother now. I don't want people to castigate him that much, but anyway, I'm coming there. Let me quickly reference to 2 years ago. 2 years ago, we have this video here, which we actually recorded. The same man where they say he died. So may I use PGT talk him. We asked a question for this platform 2 years ago. 2 years ago, we asked a question for this our platform. Make a put on for screen quickly. Make una for see what they try they try talk. This was the guy. He came here. Let me play this video quickly so that you can understand where I'm coming from. Yes, that one I doing where they cry for the background. I get this house where they destroy where they vandalize so they're doing where they buy where they say they just go and take buy now I get this house now matter they talk now because of I make him and I go the prison for a reason I don't know. The word their terms say the rebel rebel me say forcefully removed. I don't know what they call another word I feel use. So El Saboyan don't talk to us. Lucky don't come talk to us. Edwin can't still talk in own side. Now go like me can listen to what you doing. Want tell us now, my good people. So this Edwin and the man with the buy so. Now in the Jews go and take buy so. And because of this our comrade Emmanuel Agbogun they inside Oko. I appreciate every one of you. We're there here. We listen together. God bless you all.
Good night, good day, depends on your time and where you watch me from. I remain your brother, your friend, Dada Masis. And today I am with a father, a friend, a colleague, and a husband, Ipa Edwin. You can say the former Okaigele of Ubiaza community. And the man that he has was destroyed. And the man in name was mentioned that now they call key person for Ubiaza. I'm with him today. So, sir, before we go far, please, can you please introduce yourself to us, Daddy? Sir. Wait. Okay. Yeah, introduce yourself to us.
My name is Edwin Ogenese. I am the former Okagele. And as far as the governor pronounced that there is no Okagele, so I'm now the former Okagele of Ubiaza. But before the governor pronounced, I'm the Okagele. But after the governor pronounced there is no Okagele, I'm not the Okagele of Ubiaza community. Rather, I'm an indigene of Ubiaza community.
Okay. Thank you, sir, Mr. Edwin Ogiemese. So I don't know if I pronounce it well, Ogiemese. So, sir, for the past few days, we are trying to reach you. You were very busy. Now, Pidgin English now they use for this our broadcast. So, and do not forget, sir, you are going to hold a two program I want to do with you.
Okay, I'll stop it right there. I wanted you guys to understand. In case you want to watch this video was this one 2 years ago. 2 years ago, this particular video here. Now our platform here for interview the people we accuse them say this are doing so. Say this are doing so. Say by somebody for their community. This particular video, they constantly talk to us. Say this are doing by somebody for their community. We bring all of them come during that time 2 years ago or 3 years, no, three years ago, I guess. So we constantly invite this doing
this or Kaigele and all that, he comes to talk your matter. So to cut everything short, this doing so on and see for screen just now, he don't die. They don't buy him. They just use the same gun where they say they suspect saying take person life that time. Maybe now that same gun they say they still take your own life now. That time, although he come say he not do anything, and we don't find out what really happened. But my fight that time now about I was fighting against land grabbing. You know how the state governor go fit end land grabbing. So now me, the number one person where fight land grabbing for Edo State, where can be say people fit come buy land this time now, build house with peace of mind. Now Nigeria wash, Nigeria. But meanwhile, unfortunately, this doing now, it don't go. This one, our brother, where they talk for audio just now. This one, comrade Emmanuel Aigbogun, now he Oko right now. I don't know how, according to the audio, I don't know how the country allege him. He said the police life for his head, and they still talk about another names just now. You know, say you know every day how say the Port Harcourt where this whole thing happened. That now that they talk say in the part of the people we same people or we do the crime. But for me, I never see Emmanuel Agbogun with anything bad before. So my people, I would like me to start to the talk from here. We'll talk about everything I've presented today. Every one of you on the panel is up to you to talk on this matter or any other matter. But I thought I should present this. I presented it the other day. I wanted to do it again, you know, since now our brother in the inside Oko right now. And another case, now know how it be. So if anybody have any relevant information or any assistance, how we can help this our brother out of Oko, I beg, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate every one of you. Press on the like button and let us do this together. Yes, I posted out a link earlier on, but before that, let me call on Mr. Alex. Mr. Alex, my brother, thank you very much for your patience. I would like you to talk to us. Good evening to you once again.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Najawash. Those on the comment section, viewers worldwide, and of course, my fellow panelists, my fellow media gladiators, I thank you all, you know, for the tenacious, you know, vibes you are giving to, to the push of a new Nigeria. Indeed, an idea whose time has come can never be stopped. I want to start from Jerusalem, from home, they say. Charity, they say, begins at home. Manuel Gbogu, for me, if not for you, Mr. Najawash, I don't communicate in such matters, in such platitudes, because, yes, this is what we're talking about. I know him as a vocal guy, but he's vocal on the side of the APC, and I'm happy now that at least I believe God is going to rescue him, and he will not know that, yes, the system is corrupt, the system is a fraud, the system is evil. At least I believe he will be a politically born again fellow to support the right thing. So everybody has right to support anything. So I want to call on the necessary authorities. Many people's life have been taken just like that. I've heard of people just, you know, arrested for what you call late night movements. They arrest them and they frame cases on their head allegedly, and the next 1 or 2 months, if nobody comes to them, those guys are wasted. This was some of the issues that led to, you know, that necessitated the births of the NSAS protests, hashtag NSAS, how human lives were wasted. You know, you just go on dreadlocks, they see you with computer, the next thing, they just arrest you. If nobody comes to bail you, they frame a case on your head and you are wasted. So I believe people are listening. It could be anybody. People are listening. And I know this guy's life will not be wasted. So if in as much as I don't really know, apart from what he just presented, I don't really know the whole story. But I hope the right authorities will wade into it and investigate. We don't want to hear that this guy's life is wasted, because most times they'll tell you murder case. Before you know it, they'll tell you the guy is gone, either life imprisonment or his life is gone. So we don't want, although it can't even happen in Edo State, it will be a big problem. Whether it's APC or PDP, it does not count now. That is Labour Party. It does now. It's a human life involved. You cannot throw away the baby and the bad water. So they should investigate it. It's still our son. It doesn't matter. If you have 9 children or 10 children, you cannot tell everybody the way to live their lives. So I want the necessary authorities to investigate it thoroughly, immediately, and make sure this guy is not wasted. We need him around. We know him, he's our son. We will never disown him. We still believe in him. Tomorrow he could cross to the other side to see the lights. But right now, he is a son.
Exactly.
He reserved the right to be treated as a son of the ancient Benin Kingdom, present day Edo State. So police, with your, the so-called nefarious activities going on in the police body, I mean, nationwide, the outcry of a police reform, please, in Edo State, this is very sacrosanct. You have to tread carefully. Or anything that has to do with Edo State, it will spread like a wildfire across the nook and cranny of the country. So I lend my voice to say, investigate this matter. Emmanuel Agbogu must not be sentenced to death. He must not be, given life imprisonment because of personal vendetta. Look into it, investigate it. Since he said he was not, in Benin and he was in Port Harcourt, so we should look into it. We don't want to hear anything happen to him. It's going to be a big problem. It's going to be a big problem. He's not just somebody you can push aside. Also, he's a voice, whether in the negative or positive, he's a voice. So at least this is this time is a period where the courts is in section and things are happening, investigations are happening about forgery, about criminality. We should investigate right now, emulate Chicago, emulate American courts, go into investigations, emulate American police right now, and make sure this matter is investigated in total and let justice be served. So, like he said, he's not guilty. He's just being set up and he's there unjustly. So I call on Edo State Governor, and I call on the Commissioner of Police of Edo State. I call on all the parties involved to sheathe their sword and weigh into the matter. Edo State people, citizens across party divide, we never want to hear that one of the citizens were unjustly or brutally taken. This is not Lagos. We will not allow the Mohbad case to happen in Edo State. It can never happen. It's going to be a big problem. So whoever is listening to me, don't mind my voice. This is how I sound, but I'm only letting you know that we will not allow Mohbad to repeat itself in Edo State in the likes of Emmanuel Agbogu. So investigate it. The guy has cried out now. I call on celebrities. I call on diasporans. I call on vloggers. Look into it. Not, God forbid, if it happens, you come out and start crying justice for Emmanuel Agbogu. No, it's not to say justice for him and investigation for him. Since he perceived that he's been, it's about personal vendetta from some quarters. Let's not allow any guise of Mohbad. What happened in Lagos to happen in Benin? Of course, Edo State is not Lagos and will never be Lagos. So Nigerians, I would like to leave that there. And I hope all other APC supporters are realizing the massive decadence in the system where we are all crying for a new country. This is just a typical example. So that when you come out next time, you go and play Mr. Peter Obi's, speeches and his campaign promises and his stories and his lectures in different fora, so that you can have some wisdom and learn before it's too late. Because Nigeria will happen to everybody, directly or indirectly. Nigeria right now is trying to happen to Emmanuel Agbogu. Thank God he has cried out, and we will lend him that hand of fellowship. So we don't create in politics no permanent friend, no permanent foes. It's permanent interest. Our interest is for his life to be saved. We don't want to hear that he's wasted. It will be a very big problem. I may not like him politically, but I love him as a son of the soil. He remains my brother, no matter the political divide. He's not do or die. So, Najawa, thank you for bringing this on air, and as always, I salute you for your passion for humanity.
Thank you, my
Talking
brother.
about Atiku, for me, what he has done so far.
Mr. Alex, you have a lot of things that you've not contributed to this certificate saga, everything saga, Tinubu, everything. If I talk about them,
Mr. Najawas, you know that Tinubu's certificate saga, allow me to say, is a maladorio saga. Kungagatuangaga. It's just a recurring decimal. Tinubu, being a president just now, is testing the patience of Job.
it's just, I mean, it's just a matter of time. It's not if, it's when, but he's going to leave the seat. It has shown Nigeria in a very despicable light in the international hemisphere. How are we going to cope with all these things? Where are we going to hide our face? Our currency is plunging. Businesses are relocating. Economic locomotion. I mean, do you know what is happening in Nigeria right now? A state of laborare es orare, ducem es propotramor, according to Max Weber, the German sociologist. A cataclysm. I mean, Mr. Najaros, in few months, if we don't do something about Tinubu and his stolen mandates, a naira to dollar to naira will be like 2005 in few months. You'll see. I said it during the campaign. It's going to be 5,000. You can't allow a drug baron. Drug barons don't have conscience. Najaros, growing up, didn't you hear stories of how airlines discover dead babies loaded with cocaine? Allegedly, did you see those videos those days on newspaper when your dad will send you Vanguard, our parents will send us punch newspapers, and they'll be showing us those things. That is the character of drug barons. And when you mess up with their business, they take your life and they take their business from you. They are like that. These guys don't care. Look at the economic policies. Look at these security policies. As we speak, banditry is still going on. People are still being raped. The country, the massive migration of the brain drain is still on a very high scale. So if you don't have it, you don't have it. I don't know. Leaders are inspired. They work under convictions from past leaders. You talk of Nelson Mandela. You talk of Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana, Patrice Emery Lumumba of Zaire. You talk about Sankara. Great people. As we speak, we cannot produce a leader who has read book and quotes books, economic books, political books, social books. So for me, the certificate forgery is not a surprise to me. I'm not bewildered. I'm not bamboozled. But I'm just only watching. We said it. Something is going to happen in Nigeria. It's going to happen. Something is coming. You can't run from it. It has happened in every indices as indicated that this guy is going to go. Number one, Professor Mahmoud should be ready. I know he's only a task getter now. How did you switch off beavers? INEC chairman, how was he accredited? What were the documents submitted? Everybody, the rope is tying everybody now. The rope is tying everybody. All those who were profiling people in Lagos, they've seen it now. Nobody is buying fuel for lesser price. Nobody is buying yam at different price. The price of bread is the same price in Lagos, in Kano, in Benin, in Port Harcourt. Everybody is suffering it now, including our dear brother Emmanuel Agbogu. He worked for the APC. I'm sure nothing will happen to him, but I have to point his mistakes to him. You can't work for a party that has no philosophical stand, that have no ideological stand. My dear brother, when you come out, you come to Nigeria Watch and join us to fight this fight. You will be the new Paul, political Paul. You change your name from Saul to Paul, and you take the gospel back to them in APC and say, there's no light there. God will forgive you, and we will forgive you, because it's a trickle-down syndrome. It has reached you now. Nigeria has happened to you. You are crying out from jail unjustly. This will never happen under Peter Obi. It will never happen in a Labour Party-led presidency. It will never happen in that new Nigeria. So it's just like the biblical mene mene tekel ufasi. It's a matter of time. It will happen to everybody. Does it happen to you? To happen to your cousin, your first cousin, your brother, your father? It will happen. If it doesn't happen to anybody, they will call it to bring ransom, even if you live abroad. It will unstable you. Do you know what it is to receive a phone call that your father has been kidnapped? That call alone will destabilize you in total. You could be, placed on a medical emergency or intensive units. So we are not fighting for our personal gratifications. It's for a new country where the law works to destroy this evil constitution, to create a country that works where everybody is represented. The fraudulent net constitution has been dealing with us. We don't know who wrote that constitution. Some say it's military, some say it's the British, some say it's Abu Salami, some say how can a country have a constitution that the citizens did not participate to write? This is what Jonathan Goodluck called a national confab. in 2014 to discuss these issues, and the agreements in the presidency, they were swept under the carpet. So forging a certificate for me, this is a treasonable felony. Tinubu should not just be arrested; he should be prosecuted, tried in a free and fair court, and he should be sentenced to jail. Professor Mahmoud should never be allowed to travel out of the country, because these are desperate times for these men and women. Everybody who served as returning officers, most of them who contributed to this criminality, should be arrested immediately. The IG of police should even step down. The country should be placed on a state of emergency immediately across the nook and cranny, across all the zones. The constitution for me should be checked. The National Assembly should do something about the situation if they really exist, if it's not a rubber stamp. So, brothers and sisters, we live in a fraud. Nigeria is not a country, it's a fraud. It's a business ground, but it's backfiring. Of course, what's happening to Tinubu he cannot. Were quiet. They disgracefully left Niger Republic. They were forced out. Of course, Tinubu was frequent in France. Recently, he has not been going there like before. So they are pressing America to press Chicago, to press the courts, to release details, because an agreement has been breached. Tinubu refused to carry out a war on Niger Republic, which is a win for Nigerians and for Nigerians, because they are brothers and sisters. They've intermarried. They've lived for donkey years together. So Nigerians, please, the country is a fraud. Be ready for anything. Hopefully, the Supreme Court is listening, because obviously it appears with what the Perepetche Tribunal displayed, the kangaroo and the caricature display of legal luminary fraud done by the tribunal. No, a lot of us have lost interest in the judiciary. If they want to redeem themselves, allegedly having collected money, I know their confidence is draining. It's draining now because of the Chicago fiasco or saga. Brothers and sisters, the Supreme Court, hopefully they do the right. If they don't, something is still going to happen. If they do, it will just cool down. It will cushion the effects of the wickedness orchestrated on Nigerians by Professor Mahmoud. So Nigeria Watch, forgery against a Nigerian state is a treasonable felony. It's against the Constitution. It's against humanity. It's against the citizens. It's against God himself. Because it has led to a lot of economic woes. People have lost their lives due to infrastructural decay, security lapses, economic leakages. So these guys are just a gang of thieves. Where is Festus Keyamo, the so-called senior advocate of nonsense? Where, I mean, with respect to him, where is our dear brother Femi Falana? I hope he will come out and tell us more constitutional, rudiments. I want Femi Falana to come out. Where is Professor Wole Soyinka, the so-called CIA man who works for America in Nigeria? Where is Soyinka? Somebody should call me Professor Wole Soyinka, just like in his book, Telephone Conversation. Maybe we should have a telephone call to him, because right now they seem to be in oblivion. They are hiding their shameless faces. Where are these guys who were, projecting a drug baron, a Pablo Escobar, who were projecting and using all sorts of fallacies, political bugaboos, to bamboozle, to embellish stories about this man, allegedly having collected millions of dollars. Gentlemen and ladies, a lie can stay in power, but not for long. They buried the truth in Christ himself, but on the third day he rose and defeated all the plans of the enemies. So it's just a matter of time. Remember, Ahmed Dati said it. He said, sit down, fasten your seatbelt and enjoy the ride. It's going to be a long ride. Indeed, the ride is getting more interesting. It's just like we are watching a political cinematography. We are in a cinema hall. Get your popcorn and be ready. Please, I want to beg everybody, remove your investment. If you have liquid cash, take it away from the currency. The currency is gone, because right now we don't know who is in charge. Who is the CBN governor? What are the economic? You cannot fix an economic currency with laws and rules. It's production power. What are you giving to the world? Export power. You are not talking about fixing electricity, fixing infrastructure, empowering small and medium businesses. You're talking about rules. You are going to fix CBN and the currency. Those are political, a political novice. They can't do nothing. The country right now is at a crossroads. It's now or never. It should be divided. If it cannot be governed from one place, it should be divided. We are not one. Or we should go back to Aburi Accord, confederation, where each regions will govern themselves with what they have and meet once in 2 years at the center, where senators and reps will just have a salary of 300,000 naira, while the major powers are given to the regional governors, elected by their people. That's how it's going to be now, because the country is favoring one side, and one side is suffering. A man from one side who won elections, you switch off beavers on him with some stories, supported by shameless lawyers, judiciary, justices, and judges, and you are telling me to believe in one Nigeria? No, I say kaputuri jetamenta to that. So Nigeria was, as usual, this Maombo Logomaki and Logomaki, I live here with Alobo Apacha. I'll still be here, Nigeria was. I stand with Emmanuel Agbogu, hashtag investigate and make sure nothing happens to him. We cannot tolerate another Mubad in his case. Thank you.
God bless you, my lovely brother, Mr. Alex. I'm always happy hearing from you. God bless you. That's a wonderful submission right there. As for Emmanuel Agbogun, yes, thank you for your submission for that as well. Yes, he was a dedicated supporter of Tinubu. You know, this is one of the things that I talk about all the time. You know, you cannot continue to support what is wrong in the name of you like the person and all that. If it's wrong, it's wrong. Look now, the injustice is what they are doing to our brother right now. You know, we'll be talking about it for long, that these people cannot be trusted, you know, for any reason. Look what is happening right now. And the painful part of it is now, where are the APC people now? None of them is there to help him. None of them. By now, Emmanuel Agbogu don't even supposed to spend 24 hours there. But where are the APC people? Nobody is there to help him. So what is wrong is wrong. I hope the right thing happened. We'll take it from here, you know, and see what will happen. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate every one of you. Please continue to press on the like button, help us to share. Currently, our like is 233. You know, we have about 600 people watching us. Today's Sunday, you know how it is. Our traffic is not very, very much. But please press on the like button. Let's take it at least to a minimum of 400, you know. Currently, is now 236. If you can hear my voice, press on it. And also press on the dollar sign, support what we are doing here. Buy us a coffee. That will be very, very nice. You know, I already got a support from Didi Anthony. Didi Anthony, thank you very much. May God bless you. Thanks for your support always. Guys, do the needful. Help us to share and like. For those of you that want to call in, because some of you were already calling in already, if you know you want to call in, the number is right there. In the next 30 seconds, I will wait for a call. If not, I'll call on the next person on the panel. 30 seconds I'm going to wait for. If you're calling in right now, is the best time for you to call in. You know, we have 20 seconds to go. 20 seconds to go. I don't like people calling in when my panelists are giving their submission. So you have the opportunity to call in right now. I think it's too early for me to be calling anybody back. So if you know you called before, just call back now if you're listening to me. 10 seconds to go. I'm calling on the panelists right now. 5 seconds to go. Nobody's calling in right now. Thank you, my people. Let me call on Engineer Francis. Engineer Francis, good evening to you, sir. It's good to have you on the show. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Okay, I can hear you now. Thank you, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you guys.
Engineer Francis, please hold on. Let me come back to you. They are calling in now. Okay. You see, this is what I was saying. Okay. Let me come back to you, sir. Thank you very much, Madam Amaomi. Thanks for calling in. Good evening to you, man. It's been a while. Please talk to us.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Niger.
Thank you.
I'm happy to be back with you guys. I greet the panelists, all protocols observed. I've been away on holiday, that's why you did hear from me.
Oh,
anyway, let me start with my brother. Is it Emmanuel Agbogun you said?
Yes, Emmanuel Agbogun, yes.
Yes, we should all stand up and keep talking about this guy on each program, even if we are going to give him 2 minutes or 5 minutes. We should all start shouting. And Mr. Niger Watch, please, any other Nigerian platforms that you are related to, please start sending this case to them. This guy is still alive. We have to fight. If we don't fight this battle on the platforms like we normally do, you know them, they can do and undo. Life has no meaning to Tinubu and ABC. They can waste anybody. And I'm sure when he comes out of this, he too will learn a very good lesson of life. That is one. Secondly, about Tinubu. If you recall, 3, 4, 5 months ago, I kept on telling you one thing I know we can do. I spoke to a lawyer and I was advised, but I said you two should find out. I said, let all obedience all over the world. If the ones in Nigeria are afraid and they can't join us, let us join ourselves together. In UK, maybe we have 2 or 3 platforms. In Ireland, maybe we have 2 or 3 platforms. Like Mayegun, let us join together and get to millions. I said we are 220 million, according to what they said. Let us sign a petition. Now we should be facing the International Court of Justice. Yes, I found that, and they said that is possible, that it is we citizens that can take back our country. We can't fight it in Nigeria because internationally everybody knows Nigeria is corrupt. If we have done that, this would have been the time when Atiku was going to his CSU. That is when we would have been going to the International Court of Justice to sue the Nigerian government. It is possible. Power belongs to us, the people. That is what we should have done. Then secondly, one of my brothers was talking to you earlier on. I want us to act quick. Don't let us just sit down here talking. Let's act quick. Let us find out the houses of where our people who stole our money in this place. We are not going to their house. We are not going to fight them. We will fight them through the government of the country where they bought houses. Things like that are not allowed here. We can fight illegally. I'm telling you. We can fight it legally that we, the citizens of Nigeria, we are against this person. And he came to buy this property with our money. We want to take back our money. Things like that work here. You have been here many years. You know how it works here. So let us do something about all of them that have things here. Let's bring them down. Go to know where they hide, know where their children are. Start pursuing them legally. Not only going there or shouting. We will pursue things legally. So God will help us. Amen. We will get that mandate back. The way things are going, it is going to work.
Thank you. Thank you, ma. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Madam Mom. It's good to have you back.
You're
God
welcome.
bless you. Thank you. Yeah.
And I wish you happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, ma.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Bye. All right. Nobody's calling in again now. So let me go to the panel. In case you want to call in 10 seconds, I'm going back to the panel again. You have 10. Okay, somebody's already calling in now. Please, you guys will keep the call rolling up. I don't want to go to the panel. Mr. Ken, thanks for calling in, sir. Good evening to you. Turn down your device. Sir.
Guys.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon. This is Kenneth from Corridor, Texas.
Thank you, sir.
I really stand with Mr. Emmanuel Abogu. He's a Benima like me. I see what he's doing, he brings. He always fight the government with his platform, and yes. I always watch his program sometimes on TV. I stand with him in every ways. Please, we should use any way we can to help him out, to bring him out of that place, because Nigeria is not a country of law. It's a lawless place. Just pray that Nigeria don't happen to you. By the grace of God, hopefully they do the needful and let that guy go. As for the man that called himself the Lion of Bodilon, I know he's not the rat of Nigeria, because everybody look him like nobody right now. Because if Mesoma can be sanctioned through JAM, I don't see any difference between Mesoma and, in fact, Tinubu's own is even worse than what he did. Everything about him is a lie. Identity is a lie. Age is a lie. Tinubu doesn't want sitting down on that place because the disgrace he is giving to Nigerians in diaspora, we over here, is just too much.
It's too much, man.
Coming to these politicians that are coming over here to buy properties and everything everywhere. Well, we know one day Nemesis will catch up with them with the one that is catching up with the one in UK now. One day we'll be victorious. If the Supreme Court says they're going to do Tinubu's bidding, which we don't even hope on that Supreme Court because the guy there is his friend. The guy there is the one that he's the one that put the guys there, the guy over there, even before the election, he has already prepared this whole thing, waiting for today, the day of maybe we'll bring petition to him as Supreme Court. But I know one day, God will intervene in Nigeria's situation. God will actually help us and fight for us so that we'll get Nigeria back. Because our own aim now is to fight our country and take it back. We are here in diaspora, we are enjoying everything over here right now. But seeing our people back home, our heart bleeds. It bleeds every day. Let us use more platform to pepper these people so that they will know that we know what they are doing. Thank you, my brothers and sisters.
Thank you,
as the panelists. I greet everybody. May God bless you. Thank you, everybody, for the good work you are doing. Happy birthday in arrears too.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. All right. One more call so we can go back to the panel. If you're calling in right now, please, just one more in 10 seconds. 10 seconds and I'm done. 10 seconds, 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you very much, my people. I'll come back to anybody that call in now. I'll have to pick your call later on. Let me go back to the panel. Engineer Francis, thank you very much, sir, for your patience and your understanding. Please, I'd like you to talk to us. Good evening to you, sir.
Good evening, and thank you, everybody, for representing. I would like to address one issue. If Ms. Oma took the exam, but she adjusted the figures with regards to her score, and that is forgery. Good. Whether Tinubu graduated from CSU or not, but he adjusted whatever is supposed to be on a certificate. That is forgery. And I would like to also point out something that is going on in the background. The way dictators always rule is that they will silence and shut up everybody that has a mouth in that place. This man is gradually doing that. And I see where he's going. Because when the Supreme Court starts to hold, he will now use this as gag order to silence and shut all of us up so that the world doesn't know what's going on at the Supreme Court. Now, that brings me to the main point, which is NBC. The freedom of the press is an extension of freedom of speech. Each and every citizen, or non-citizen, but each and every individual in that country has that alienable freedom of speech. And that I have already quoted Patrick Henry, who we hold as the founding father of freedom of speech here in the US. I quoted him when he said that though he may hate everything you have to say, but he will still fight and give up his life for your right to say it. Now, these guys that call themselves the big guys don't even see where this thing is going. Let me call on the chiefs, on the Igwes, the Kabiesis, the Obas, the sultans all of you guys, this man is shutting up your people, the people that you are their king. When he can go to the polls and grab where they voiced their votes, he will grab it and twist it. If they voted against him, he will twist it that they voted for him. That is twisting the voices of your own people. If you, even the bishops and all those clergy and the so-called men of God, those people that come to your church, this man is shutting them up, denying them that basic human right of freedom of speech. He has now brought it to the TV industry. The point, guys, is this. If you Kabiasis, if you sultans, emirs, igwes, if you guys are that useless, announce it to your people and let them not even take any word from you anymore. If they take words from you, you should be able to defend their voices and let their voices be heard. What is difficult with this is to tell this man, hey, you can do all the arguments you want, you can adjust every election result you want, but when it comes to these my subjects in this my domain, do not shut them up. Where are the Ganifa Emis? I'm quite sure that God did not give us only one Ganifa Emi in this country. Where are the ones that are left? Wake up, arise, and fight. This thing, everybody is looking at it as, oh, it doesn't concern, it didn't concern, affect me, so that no problem. For now, I'm okay. That's for now. If he succeeds in this, guess where he's coming next? It might be you. And next, it might be the next one. Before he invokes whatever power the Constitution gives him to shut up all you chiefs and cabieces and igwes and obas, and before he invokes something that will now start shutting you guys up, speak out now. Speak out now. If a little girl of 18 years that falsified her result could face the kind of everything that came from even the National Assembly, how about someone that forged his certificate and is using it now to be in that #1 seat? And you guys are not saying anything. To the extent that our National Assembly had to create, have some meeting or committee to handle a little girl with jump. Yet that assembly has not even had any meeting on this thing, especially when it came out from CSU plainly that this man forged the document. Whether he attended or didn't attend is immaterial. The point is that the document he handed to INEC was not issued by that institution, and they said it plainly that it was not their document. So whatever you guys are hiding, are you guys stupid? Can't you see that if you leave him, he will keep going until he gets to you? Now, the next thing is, if he succeeds in this one, he will push it further so that when the Supreme Court starts holding, no news will be coming out from the Supreme Court. They will tell us that it's pro-judice or pro-whatever nonsense they use to tell you guys that you're not supposed to say anything on a case that is going on in court. That's nonsense. Over here, we even, in fact, we discuss it until even the judge, if the judge is listening, guess whatever it is. It's the jury. That's the reason why juries are sequestered. And sequestration means They are put in a hotel with no TV so that they don't hear what we are discussing about the case that they are handling. So America made provision for that. But that does not mean that we cannot discuss it. Because I listen to like Abati and company. Whenever it is a situation where they are sure that they have been caught, they will say, oh, that is before the court, that nobody can discuss anything about it. That's nonsense. That's in the days of Abraham. In today's date, no. The media, the social networks and everything has made it in such a way that it cannot be, it cannot hold. Because anybody that goes into that court can come out of that court that same minute and write what he or she observed. So if that would be the case, the judges and justices should learn how to separate what they heard and what they heard in court. Having said that, please, I appeal for the last time to you guys, all the Obas, all the Kabiasis, all the Sultans, all the Emirs, all the Igwes, all the chiefs, please, if you see those subjects, in fact, tell me or show me any one area where some of your subjects' voices were not shut during this election. And when I say that their voices were shut, is this. If they said, I vote for Titobi or Abubakar, and at the collation center, they twist it to say, no, it's Tinubu. That means that their voices have been shut. As a matter of fact, that is your responsibility to your people, the people that you rule, to make sure that they are not disrespected in this kind of manner. Yet you are there eating and dining with the one that is buying your people, shutting their voices. What nonsense are you guys looking at? Please wake up and defend your people. In the olden days, things like these are things that cause intertribal wars. And yet you're sitting there not knowing, and or you know, but you're not addressing the fact that this man has insulted and assaulted your people by taking their voice and giving it to someone else. Well, you can say, oh, that's election matter. Fine. But I want you to get into this. If Ms. Oma can get the kind of national attention and punishment instantly, what then are you doing about somebody in Tinubu's seat? What then are you guys doing? Arise, wake up, and fight, not for Nigeria, but fight for those people that you are ruling. Fight for those your subjects. And all you priests, all those your church members, fight for them too. Because their voices have been twisted. Everything they said in the election has been twisted. And this man keeps forging every document and twisting everything. Please, you can only live and die once. Why can you not stand up for your people? And the spirit of Ganifa Emi that's in any of these attorneys in Nigeria, rise up and fight for Nigeria. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you very much, Engineer Francis. Your submission is deep and you put a lot of passion into your submission. You're an elderly man. I respect you a lot. You want a better Nigeria in your time. It's a good thing. A lot of elderly people that we believe so much on in our country have deserted us. They don't listen to us anymore. They're not. Nothing is happening. They are not talking with the passion that you're putting in right now for us to have a better Nigeria. I just want to say thank you, Engineer Francis. Thank you so much for being there for us, for being there for this our generation. Thank you. Thank you, Kingsley Ogerahi. God bless you, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And I want to use the opportunity to appreciate as well Didi Anthony. Thank you so much. I appreciate you as well. You know, may God bless every one of you that supported us here today. Then we also have Mr. Victor Smart. Thank you very much. May God bless you. Thank you, my wonderful people. Now God bless Una.
What happened? They couldn't even own their own bullshit, if I may use, pardon my French.
Sorry,
yes,
that's a strong language.
It's a strong language. It has
on television,
to be.
it's unacceptable.
They couldn't even lick their own vomit. The food they cooked, they couldn't eat. Why do I say that? The school said, we have a couple of vendors who will help us to print whatever they print. And because we're such a school of that nature, we don't have a format, we don't have a way of verifying, we don't have a way of authenticating even the ones that you're saying. We didn't issue that certificate. We don't know where he got it from. He could have gotten it from El Dorado or even from Oluwole, very close to his house in Lagos. And you think that decent people will not have this conversation. I ask you, Sheon, flip it back. If this had been maybe, I don't want to use President Buhari's name, if this had been Mamadou Jallo, that was the president that was bringing this kind of document, do you know how the media would have handled him? Do you think it was easy for, what's that guy's name, the former speaker, Salisu Buhari? Do you think it was easy for him as a young man to come and say, I'm sorry, I told a lie and left the scene? Do you know what is called the Bushido Code? The Japanese have a Bushido Code that was similar to the code of the Yorubas. When a leader misbehaves to a certain level, the Yorubas tell you, go and open the calabash. That means go and commit suicide. Because we have a phrase that said, death is better than dishonor. How can this man sit down here and be telling me jargons? Look, my brother, the court will do what the court has to do. I'm not impugning the justices. I have all of the confidence in them that on the strength of it, they will look. But let nobody come and start to prepare the mind of the Nigerians as though the court has not even listened to it.
Right.
Did we go all the way to America to go and fish? No, we didn't.
Right.
We went to America because we were very convinced that something was not right. And even when we went there together, you know what they said? They said they would suffer irreparable damage. The document they should have simply produced if they had it. Right. And they were dancing left, dancing right, running up and down the place until we dragged it out of them, and everybody now knows them. They are funnies.
All right. Mr. Moka, does this kind of discovery or this expedition, if I may call it, in one way or the other taint the mandate of your party, or in one way threaten the chances of your party going into the Supreme Court?
No. It does not at all, Shehu. I mean, there's nothing, said or discovered in the U.S. And by the way, let me clarify something that Shehu just mentioned. The president did not get his lawyers to resist the unveiling of this record, not because he has anything to hide, but because he has, rights, the right to privacy. That's a liberty that we all have. And his right to privacy is not vacated.
I bet Moko stop this video. This is so disgraceful. This is so disgraceful. I decided to play it again because I see a lot of people are referring to it on Twitter, everywhere, and we have not, although we played the 2 minutes of it, but the other side of the APC people, how do you guys, you are talking about somebody's entitled to his privacy and all that, a number one person in the country? Now, wow. Meanwhile, let me call on the next person to talk to us, my people. Thank you very much for your time with us, my people. Press on the like button, help us to share. Madam Rita, I can see you right there. I've not seen that for concerning Festus Sakamo. I don't know. He appeared in a video, or is it like an article? I've not seen it. If you have it, please forward it to me. Madam Ellen, thank you very much for joining us. Good evening to you, man. Please talk to us. Thanks for your patience as well. And then Helen, are you there? Okay, looks like you're not available right now.
Mr. Elvis, sorry, I'm trying to unmute and
Okay. All right. Thank
yes,
you. That's fine.
I'm there.
That's fine. Thank you. Please talk to
Good
us.
evening,
Happy
Mr.
Sunday.
Good evening, Mr. Elvis. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Oh my God, this thing is, it's so the shame is getting bigger and bigger, and I don't know, much more than anything that anybody can, handle. You see, this is it Mr. Moka or what, Phyllis Moka? You see, like what Mr. Shehu said, he said the children, if he has children and wife, they should be able to cover his face in shame. Because what this man is spewing is so shameful. Ha! Jesus. Do they think that Nigeria is the Nigeria of 1960, that information, was hardly even available for people to access? I mean, it's clear, like Shehu said, this is somebody whose secondary school was not available, but he filed it as one of the certificates. His higher school is a female. Everything is just, messed up, and somebody's still trying to defend. Somebody's just trying to say that, oh, okay, that that's not what they went there for. The what they went there for was because they had said he didn't go to the school at all, and now they are saying forgery, this, that. Of course, it's possible that he didn't go to the school, and I like Mr. Shegun, because I mean, he's one of those that you can't hush. It's one of those that you can't bamboozle to keep their mouth. So he followed it, give it to him, and he gives it to you back. This thing is really exposing Nigeria and really positioning us in a very bad light. Please now, let them just stop for once. Let them stop for once. Like somebody said, is being in Aso Rock, does that give you some sort of eternity cover that you understand you live forever? Is that why we must do everything to enter Aso Rock as number one citizen? I don't understand. Why will anybody allow themselves to be pushed to this point where it has become an international disgrace? It's not fair. It's not fair what these people are doing to the citizens of this country, because right now, a lot of people that genuinely, got their certificate are feeling the pinch. They are feeling the pinch. Everybody is looking at them, especially those in diaspora. Everybody is looking at them like, are you sure that what this person is carrying is not cooked? And then for the CSU, honestly, them too should bow their heads in shame. They are shameless. I never believed that there could be a school in United States of America that could be like this, that could be so exposed to to fraudulent activities in this magnitude. Because if they are not if they've not compromised themselves, there's so many things that they could have just outrightly said, this is how it is. This is not ours. But they kept, dancing one corner, going this way, cutting that way, just to, is it to avoid, or is it to cover, is it a up? But the more they try to cover up, the more they are also exposing themselves. The more they are also exposing them. Please, these people should stop. They should stop. They should stop talking. They must not talk. They must not defend. Just stop for once and stop embarrassing us like this. It's not really fair. It's not really fair for the next generation that are coming. Okay, let me ask a question. These people that are coming right now to say this is okay, when this era passes and this same thing, because it will be on record and it's called up, because the one that they are calling up for first is KMO. It was in the past that it was done, but today it's being called up. When tomorrow comes and these things are called up to harass their children, I hope the children will tell their parents thank you. I hope they will be happy that it came out this way. It is not fair. It's not fair on Nigerians. It is not fair on the people that are directly involved in this matter, especially the families. Their parents disgrace themselves in media. It is not fair. it is not fair at all, Mr. Elvis. Thank you so very much. God bless you.
Yeah, madam, I wanted to ask you a question, ma, if you don't mind, please.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you for your submission. I want to say it's not just on the family. Don't you think the people that came out against obedient and the Mr. Peter Obi movements a few weeks ago, the likes of Wole Soyinka, even our dear brother Femi Falana, and people who claim to be leaders of thought in Nigeria, why are they not challenging the Chicago or American Supreme Court? Where are everybody who have been supporting Tinubu's cause just now? Shamelessly looking at the drug case and looking at what Chicago has done and looking at what American Supreme Court has done. Where is Wole Soyinka, especially the Nobel laureate, whatever his name is, who has lost his respect among the Nigerian youth, teeming youth? Where is Wole Soyinka? Can somebody answer me why he's quiet? Or is America? Is it the fear of America? Is it only on Peter Obi and the obedient movement they can talk? Why don't they challenge Chicago now with the Nobel laureate grammatical, lexicography, or the literature bravado he displays on Obi? He calls all sorts of names, all sorts of bad and negative nomenclatures on Peter Obi. Where is Wole Soyinka just now? Maybe somebody can tell me why the guy is quiet now on Chicago and on America Supreme Court, and the information the FBI is planning to release, or the CIA or whatever. Why is it quiet now? Thank you.
Mr. Felix, I suppose they can't. They know what it
that's
means.
Mr. Alex. That's Mr. Alex.
Okay, Mr. Alex. Sorry, Mr. Alex. They know what this means. I mean, like Mr. he called the obedience Bajwe. So he can't speak. You know why he can't speak? Because he knows what this means for somebody who has, a noble laureate to come out and defend this. He knows what it means. See, this thing is going to, by the time we are done with this, a lot of things will go down. A lot of people that had that had international recognition, you see a lot of them may possibly lose that this in recognition because of their involvement, no matter how little it is. So a lot of them are actually hiding right now because they know what it is. Is it like you mentioned FFK, you mentioned a lot of them, they can't speak. Nigerians will call them out, and not just Nigerians. A lot of international medias now are reporting this case, and they're reporting it the way it is. And our people are busy trying to taint it and make it seem like we are the culprits, or Atiku, who went to make this discovery, does not know what he's doing. They're trying to color it, they're trying to twist it, they're trying to bring a new narrative to it. But Nigerians are very well aware of what is going on right now. Nigerians are very well aware. If you go to the streets, it is on the streets, it's on the mouth of children. I was watching a video where a mother mistakenly, bumped into her two children who were fighting, and the other one was crying seriously. You understand? I don't know. I think I watched that video on Niger Watch this thing. And the other one was crying, why was she crying bitterly? I look like this person, and this person is from my village. You know why that child was reacting the way that child was reacting? Because of all the baggages that trails this person, and she doesn't want to be identified with that. You understand? So it's on the lips of children right now. It's on the lips of almost everybody, But why they are not reacting the way they should react is what I actually don't understand. I cannot begin to speak for everybody, and I cannot begin to preempt tomorrow. But I know that this is on, and by the time this is over, a lot of people that will take the decisions that they will take may not find it funny at the end of the day. So it's really, a bad one, and it's going to have, rippling effects on a lot of things in this country. I want to believe that maybe this is happening so that so many things will need to be corrected, because for a long time we have allowed so much baggage, to go around. Can you imagine that the entire system, there is not you can the entire system is not there's you can't say anything good about the entire system. You know what I mean? From the judiciary to the to the legislator to the exec, everything, there's a total collapse. There's a total collapse, because if there was none, we shouldn't even be arguing this. We shouldn't even be talking this, because you cannot file in lots of fancies everywhere. So who is busy making the mistake? They should be called to order. They should be held responsible if these mistakes are coming, from people. So shouldn't you sit down and ask, who are these people doing this to me? Does it mean that they actually want to bring me down? If you don't have a dekunle, you have something else. If you don't have something else, you have F. And then they will say it's typographical error. Why should one person have so many typographical errors and discrepancies everywhere? Just one person. Haba. People should spare us this shame now. People should spare us this shame. It's really not fair. Let it stop. It has to stop. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Ellen. Madam Rita, I don't see you already. Thank you. Madam Ellen, thanks for your submission. Yes, I understand. Most of our elders, these names that my brother were calling just now, where are they? Where are they? My brother, those people don't tell us directly that they are not there for us. They don't care about us. People like I don't remember a name again, since we don't commit this crime or whatever. I don't remember a name again. What's they call him? You mentioned a name just now. So the truth of the matter is our duty now, our responsibility now to fight to have our country back. If not, some of these satanic elders will continue to benefit from what they have created, while you and I will continue to lament. Yes. Thank you very much, people. I appreciate you all. Before I move on to the next one, Madam Rita just coming in. Madam Rita, thank you. You came in the right time. I would like you to talk to us. Good evening to you.
Good evening, good afternoon, Domo, my brother, Sir Alex. It's so good to hear from you. Good afternoon, Engineer Francis, my darling sister, Madam Helen. I'm very proud of you. You're joining us from Port Harcourt. God bless you, Matt. Every time I hear your voice, I'm like, oh my God, these are the Nigerians we're talking about. Like, they even live in Nigeria where there's no light, there's limited information, everything is just limited. It's a struggle, and yet you still come here. People like Madam Helen, Mr. Alex, you still come here. I don't know. I don't know how you guys do it. God bless you. God bless you, Mr. Alex. God bless you, Madam Helen. God bless you. God bless you. And I want to say good afternoon to my mommy diaspora and everyone in the panel and those people watching from home. Yes, it's a great time in our lives. It's a great time to be alive. And we should just keep the fire burning. What do I have to say? People like Festus Akamu, people like this one that said is a Harvard Law School grad, Mr. Felix, the one that came on channels. There's a plethora of them, like Professor Badjure and the rest.
Madam Rita, please, before you move on, I don't know if you can do me a favor to let's take this article of Festus Akamu together.
Sure.
Please, let's quickly take this together. If you can help me just read from that side, because it's quite tiny here. Let's take it from here. That is him right there. He has finally responded to this certificate saga. So let's see what they have to say. I think it started from here. Okay, yes.
Okay, you want me to read out? Okay.
If you can, please. Thank you.
Okay, yes, I will try. You can go to the beginning.
I think
okay,
this is...
No, there was one before you flipped over. I don't know. It's from his Facebook. Okay, if you want me to start reading from here, that's fine.
No. It's from here. It's from here. It's all right.
Are you sure?
Did it start? No. From here. Is it from here?
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is the first one. This is the first page. You said, okay, I think you go to the second page because this is like people trying to make a little comment.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
No, not that one. I'm not sure. This is it. This.
This part is, it seems like the last part. Okay, I think this is the one to read
Oh,
now.
this is the last part. This is the last part.
Yes,
This is
Yipo
what
should also tell him to call for the suing of American school. Or he should call for their what's it called for DSS to go and meet them up and arrest them in America.
Okay, let me start from here. It says, I have been, this is post by Fesor Zakamo on his Instagram page. He said, I have been a defense and prosecution lawyer at the highest level in criminal trials for more than 30 years. And he put it on the uppercase like he's shouting to himself. He said, you cannot allege or prove forgery except the purported maker of the document denies its authenticity, or there is an uncontradicted evidence of a forensic report that categorically says the document was deliberately altered or concocted by the person who uttered, in a legal sense, or issued it. Now, he said, applying this principle to the case of Atiku Abubakar versus Chicago State University, so long as the university openly said they do not issue replacement certificates, but that vendors do so on their behalf, all this noise about so-called forgery are useless until the particular vendor that issued the replacement certificate to BAT denies its authenticity. And it is the duty of the accuser to fish out the said vendor and get that evidence. It is not the other way around. He who alleges must prove. This is the simple principle I laid down in 2019 during our defense for President Buhari that has been so mischievously celebrated as if they have hit the bull's eye. Unfortunately for them, BAT is as clean and as white as snow on this issue.
Okay.
And we are again waiting for them at the Supreme Court. As for Atiku Abubakar, the famed SPV king and the one who disgraced Nigeria internationally with the money laundering case involving Congressman Mr. Nigeria, go to the next page, please.
Jefferson.
Okay. Yeah. Applying this principle on the okay, let me start. Applying this principle to the case of Atiku Abubakar versus Chicago State University, so long as the university openly said they do not issue replacement certificates, but that vendors do so on their behalf, all this noise about so-called forgery are useless until the particular vendor that issued the replacement certificate to official BAT denies its authenticity. And it is the duty of the accuser to fish out the said vendor and get that evidence. It is not
But
the
it
other
looks
way
like
around.
it's the same thing. It's the
Oh,
same
okay,
thing
yes,
you
okay.
just read.
I think I'm gonna start from okay. As for Atiku
Yes.
Abubakar, the famed SPV king and the one who
Yeah.
disgraced Nigeria internationally with the money laundering case involving Congressman William Jefferson, we acknowledge the valedictory speech he delivered a few days ago, signifying his retirement from politics, and we wish him Godspeed in that retirement. The audacity.
Okay.
So that means we will have to go to Luwole and fish out the vendor, correct?
To be honest, this is what these people are denying now. Look at this on the screen. This is what CSU, the highlighted parts. Read it, please, Madam Rita. Read that highlighted part, that yellow part.
Okay, the highlighted part. The question is, and CSU did not issue a diploma dated June 27, 1979 to Mr. Tinubu in 1979, correct? And then the answer from CSU says correct.
Correct. That's it. We didn't issue it. That certificate submitted to INEC. So what are they defending now?
No, Kayamo says that we should go now to Luwole to fish out the vendor that did it.
Basically, Engineer Francis, that's what he's saying, because he highlighted the part of saying the CSU said that they do not issue certificates, that they give it to a vendor. So who is the vendor now? Oluwole?
Oluwole, we should go there and fish
We
out.
should go there and he not termed him as white as snow. I see. I really feel like throwing up. I really feel like throwing up, and he says the man is as white as snow. Hi, man. Sometimes I think God, the Almighty Creator, He's too patient. A lot of people need a reset, maybe a brain reset, or maybe they not. This is not even like born again, like coming out from the mother's womb. This is like a brain reset of an adult. I don't understand why You see, Mr. Najawash, I just want to thank you very much. People like you, right? You see, you see what's going on? The more these people continually bring out all this fake propaganda, the likes of Festus Akamu, the likes of this so-called Harvard graduate, Mr. This Felix, he calls himself, when they continually come out like that, they're trying desperately to change the narrative. But you know why they cannot stop? Because people like Mr. Elvis, using his channel with over 1 million followers, using this channel to continually tell the people the truth of this issue. They just can't. And you know what? It's like telling us, oh, and this is from personal experience. Oh, you obedience, you are too rude. The other day, somebody made a comment and said we have become bitter. And I said, yes, I am wearing the garment of bitterness until Nigeria gets better. That garment I must wear it, and that is what every sensible Nigerian right now should wear, the garment of bitterness. Because you are wearing that bitterness not to hurt anyone, but to make sure that these evil entities that have surrounded the entire nation, that have engulfed the entire nation, that evil, we must use our bitterness to remove that evil. That is the only way. So if they call up all sorts of names, we are bitter, we are rude, please accept it, embrace it, because that is the only way these people have to be flushed out. My president, Peter Obi, said, he said, it is going to be very difficult to remove these people, but he said, but they must go. And you think they must go by all just behaving like a soft dodo, overripe plantain? No, we have to stand firm. People like Dr. Haruna is speaking out every day, educating. That is what is pinching the likes of this. They're just going around circles, turning the whole story topsy-turvy, twisting and turning it, and bringing out little statements, but they're not going to the facts. And that is why we have someone like Mr. Elvis, Dr. Haruna, so many other people, Magda Soraka. They are coming out every day. That is why we have to come out every day. Let them call us bitter. Yes, we are bitter. We are bitter because the country is rotting. We are bitter because we have a foreigner on an apparition in Aso Rock. We are bitter because we have bad judges like Justice Aruola, bad judges like Mary Odili, the worst of the worst kind of people like Festus Akamu. The worst of the worst professor like Professor Bajiwe, Professor Wole Soyinka, the worst of the worst people like Festus Okoye, like Professor Yakubu, the worst of our society, the worst. That is why I say we are practicing Christocracy. That is what Nigeria is practicing, Christocracy. The worst of the kind, the most wicked of the kind of people are the ones making the laws, are the ones ruling. That is why we are bitter. That is why we are angry. That is why we are rude. That is why. And anybody that is telling you that, challenge them, wear it, embrace it, and say yes. Because people like Professor Bajiwe and Professor of Rice and Beans that call himself Wole Soyinka with the bleached white hair, that does not respect himself or respect the rule of law or respect the future generations, which is the future generations' foresight, that does not that want to suppress us. Do you know what suppression is? Do you know what it is to suppress somebody? You can drive somebody to the grave. The media is suppressing us. They are attacking Mr. Elvis channel. They are pressing you. Do you know what depression? Somebody is pressing you down. Their knees on your neck. And what are you supposed to do? You should just be lying down there. You go and waste. So that's why we have to be bitter. Let them use any adjective to describe us. It's okay. But we have to keep pushing, because the reason why they're using those adjectives, those negative adjectives like fascist, rude, bitter, like they can use the reason, because what we are saying is the truth. And they have no argument that tallies what CSU has. But there's no argument. The only thing, they pick one or two things. Now, nobody's focusing on these certificates. And I'm happy that, I'm not happy though that this young lady passed through what she passed through with JAM in Yesoma. But somehow, God has a way of, presenting situations where you can use as a reference to what is coming in front. And Yesoma's case, I would say it was divine. Because God already knew that this thing, I'm not trying to be religious here, don't get me wrong. Because sometimes you have to reference what has happened in the past and look at it as a learning curve, not something to pull you down, but something to learn. A lot of students learn that it's okay if you get a JAM score, it's okay. If you're looking for scholarship, there are ways to get scholarships in Nigeria. Don't falsify your JAM certificate. It's okay. But you must suffer the consequences of what you did so that others will learn. On the other hand, it can also be used as a reference for future, so for any student who wants to write JAM or GCE or NECO or whatever professional exam, that it's going to come to you, because the governing body that is going to give you that certificate will attest to it, whether you cheated or you did not cheat, whether you are authentic or you are not authentic. And that is also applies to what's going on with CSU now. And that is why that Nesomat case is a reference that nobody can run away from. Because God made sure everybody participated. Every comment, everything was said about her. Every single thing was said about that young lady. Now, somebody who said who claimed he's the president of himself, not Nigeria, a foreigner, an apparition that has no link, no name, no nothing. Someone that's not even a Nigerian is not bringing a certificate that was fake. And the issuing body, just like JAM now, is saying we did not give you that score. CSU say we did not give you that certificate. Even the certificate we are talking, who signed it? The person that signed joined in 1994, and then you are claiming that person was already in the school when perhaps they were even doing their first degree, or maybe they were in another country. I mean, if you want to even look at the certificate alone, the name, forget about the font now, the font of the writings, the name, the person that was signed now, that woman, she wasn't even in the school at that time. So where did you get it from? Does she have a twin? Or she a triplet? These are the things to address. So when you see the likes of Festus Akamu, it is not clear to us that those people who have titles, who are giving judges, yes, I said it, they don't deserve to be called judges. They don't deserve to be called Supreme Court judge or even customary judge. They don't. Some of them don't deserve to be called SAN. It is people like Chief Michael Zekome that can say, yes, that is a senior advocate of Nigeria. Not Festus Akamu now, senior advocate of nonsense. It is not, you cannot see that, oh, how did he get this son? Perhaps Agbado, the man at Bodilon, he went to Dobale for him and begged few people in few quarters, and that's how he got this. A lot of them got their senior advocate of nonsense like that. That is why you see we don't have quality leaders. We don't have quality people that you say, okay, they didn't just go through the school. The school went through them, and they're standing on the basis of truth and justice according to the Constitution of Nigeria, not twisting and turning things. And these people are fathers. Can somebody say that's their husband proudly and say that's my, well, if Remi Tinubu can hug and show some public display of affection to a man who is a I'm trying to use Dele Farotimi's words now, who is a perpetual criminal. Somebody, I mean, Nigeria, out of respect, I would say alleged perpetual criminal. Out of respect, let me just be a little bit soft on it, and say that she can embrace it and then
career criminal.
Oh, God bless you, career criminal. According to what's his name, Kenneth Okonkwo, he uses what? Let me use his Igbo accent. A drug baron. He specified the DR, drug baron. He said it on, and that is true. And that is true. And another thing too that's occurred to me, you see, the likes of evil thrives. They say evil thrives when good men refuse to speak. But I will also add that evil also thrives when you have men and women supporting, advertising, embracing, giving excuses, standing for evil. Agbado, the man from Bodilon, this foreigner, this apparition, is standing now, sitting down in Aso Rock Villa, making decisions for the entire 220 million people plus. Do you know why he's able to do that? Because the likes of pusillanimous Gush, like, what's his name, Abati, that comes every day to deceive people, the likes of Festus Akamu coming every day to talk rubbish, the likes of Bayo Onanuga. As a matter of fact, that NBC nonsense that they wrote, it was championed by Bayo Onanuga. I have a feeling because that man, he's a journalist, so he's not telling them, the NBC, this is what you should do. That thing was championed by Bayo Onanuga. I have that feeling. I'll use the word allegedly now because of Mr. Nigeria Watch. But these are the kinds of things he does. Those are the kind of comments that he makes. You understand? So he, the one that directed them, of course, allowed by Agbado to say, go and tell the NBC this is what they need to do. But forgetting that the likes of Kenneth Okonkwo that knows their constitutional right. This is why we need to be talking, challenging. Challenging doesn't mean hatred. It doesn't mean insult. You are challenging him. What does the law say about freedom of press? What does the law say about freedom of expression? What does the law say about that? When you now argue it with them, then they will keep quiet. Nigeria has suffered this kind of degradation for decades because sometimes when we just accept things the way they are, it becomes a norm and people will think that is what it is. And that's why a lot of Nigerians don't even know they don't even know their fundamental human rights. From the primary school, they don't even teach them. An American child who is in primary school will tell you what her rights are because they teach them from the time they're able to read and write and tell you about the history of the country and the law. So every average American, they know their rights. But every average Nigerian don't. And so when you hear the NBC now intimidate the Arise TV or someone like our dear brother, Kenneth Okonkwo, thank God we have people like Dele Farotimi, Kenneth Okonkwo that can counter out them and say, hey, this is my right. Don't ever try it again. I know my right and I know what I say. They will keep quiet. They will not respond because you have told them the truth. That's why we need to keep talking, people. Don't allow anybody to say, I beg, forget, leave them, don't mind them. Now all of us dead so now. See, this certificate is affecting everybody. I say, this is good. We are all inside it. Whether you live in diaspora or not, whether you have a foreign passport, what does your country say on your data page? Country of birth, Nigeria. Whether it's Imo State or Benin or Lagos or Adamawa you were born, it is country of birth, Nigeria has given you up. Even if your child was born in America or the UK, what is their last name? Their last name is even if you give them Josephine, what is their last name? It's a Nigerian name now, except if you have a foreign name like my own Adams, it's different. But it's an African name. So they always use one eyebrow to look at you and like, which African? Will you say Ghanaian? Nigerian. Then they'll look at you with one eyebrow. So it's affecting all of us. Whether you're in diaspora, whether you have money or not, that name has been stained. Nigeria's name has been stained. That's why I say all of us are in this mess. All of us. Nobody is a golden egg here. Everybody is part of it. Whether you're educated, you're not educated, we are all part of this mess. Whether you say it not concern me, whether you say I'm part of Agbado's camp, whether I want to give excuses like Festus Akamu, or the pusillanimous Gush, like what's his name, on Arise. All of us, we are all in it, all of us. So that's why we have to keep speaking up and tell them that this evil is not a norm. It should not be normalized. That is what is hurting all of them now. That is the certificate alone. The person that signed it is not the one that said she was not in the school. How did you get it? The school itself has said we did not issue it. It is not a question of they gave it to a vendor. You are using the name of the school. Listen, we have to start, Miss Engineer Francis, we have to start telling the school now. You people, if you know that you are very honest and you're not part of this forgery, we want to see that you are suing Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the fake Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Bobo Chicago, for using our name on a certificate to say we issued it because you have said they did not give it to him. It's more than what this case is a serious case. And the FBI files, I cannot wait for it. I cannot wait for the FBI file. Mr. Elvis, everybody, I think there's something that they say we should sign. I will send to Mr. Elvis. We need to start signing petitions. Everybody, make use of your social media, your WhatsApp. You can't be sending messages or WhatsApp that are not relevant to be sending messages where you have to sign in petitions. Sign it. Every information you have, put it out there. Keep sharing. Even if people will say, I better stop sharing this message to me. I don't want to hear. If that one doesn't want to hear, 10 other people want to see it. Keep sharing it. Because everybody needs to be educated. Everybody needs to be aware of the main matter. So when the likes of Akamu comes out and write rubbish, they will not know that this man is not even a human, he's not even a man. Because a real man stands for the truth. A real man stands for, these are not men. These are puppets. And what are puppets? Somebody is controlling you. So the likes of all these people are the ones that are making Agbado do what he's doing. They are the ones allowing him continue this evil. Because he has associations, people that are supporting it. The wings are very strong. So the wings will start breaking those wings. People like Akamu will be breaking those wings. He will not have the guts to even come out on TV. But another guy will not even see anything. FFK has not said anything now because they have not given him envelope. They will give him envelope now filled with plenty corn. Plenty corn and spiced. The corn will be spiced, extra, plus job, everything. And he will talk just now. For FFK will still support Agbado. I am telling you people. Because that man, when you give him corn, he will sing like a canary. So don't expect that he's going to be quiet. According to Madam Helen, perhaps Professor Bajue, Professor of Rice and Beans, Wole Soyinka, perhaps he's being careful in the comments he's making because of his affiliation with the United States. And let it not be known that somebody with a Nobel laureate is supporting somebody who is a forger. So he's perching on what he will comment on. But however, I really don't care. Nigerians really don't care. The woman who is suffering on the road really don't care. The woman who is in a hospital that has no medicine, no treatment, she really doesn't care whether Professor Badure speaks or not. We don't really care. What we care about, we need to spread out the information that this man is a perpetual forger. This man is an identity thief. This man is not fit to be even the head of his family. I don't even know if he has a head of his real family, whoever his real family is. He's not even fit to be the head. He's not. So, Mr. Elvis, I don't want to talk too much. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. And everybody, good afternoon. I'm still here.
Thank you, Madam, Madam Rita. But you, let's say you and Professor Wole Soyinka una fe get quarrel.
He's Professor Badue. He's Professor of Rice and Beans. Because that's what he said he was. He's supporting Agbado because they gave him rice and beans when the military took their house. So he's Professor of Rice and Beans. You're supporting somebody because they gave you a bag of rice and beans. So that's what he is. He calls us a fascist. I won't even use that word. He's Badue. That is Professor Badue.
Wahala. All right. Thank you very much, Madam Rita.
And Madam Rita, to even add to what you just said, thank you for your great submission, for your expository expose. Looking at a Nobel laureate in a country.
I want to call you so now your turn.
See, Mr. Alex, we should stop using that word Nobel laureate. See, there's a lot of things that happen in this world. Let me tell you something. Sorry, let me tell you a lot of things that happen in this world. I think there was this movie. I don't know whether is that El Chapo or the other one. They deliberately I think there was another drug lord. They deliberately put his name on the Forbes list as one of the richest people in the world. Guess what? When this man saw it, it was deliberately planted. When he saw it, he was celebrating and all that. But he didn't know that was kind of like a proof for them to nab him. So people like Professor Wole Soyinka that got that Nobel laureate, if you really want to dig deep into FBI or CIA files, it was deliberately given to him as a favor. He probably didn't deserve it. Because Nigerians didn't have a lot of information then. What the information they gave us, we just took it and we went home like everything is peaches and cream. However, he probably didn't even deserve the Nobel laureate. That is a fact. Because if I talk about Nobel laureates, I know people like physicists that have changed the world. Those ones that deserve it, people like Obama as well that deserve it, the first black American president but Professor Wole Soyinka did not deserve it, because even look at antecedent as a student, look at what he created, look at what he did, holding up an iron to somebody in the radio station. That's a criminal. So how can I say, who did he save? He only saved himself and his ambition. So really, that Nobel laureate, if you really look at it with the ways of the American, he probably didn't deserve it. They just gave it to him. All these big bodies like Forbes, all these Nobel laureates, listen, there's so much politics going around this thing. They know who they give it to genuinely, and they know who they give it to just to pay them for something that they did. So please forget that Nobel laureate in abeg. It's not changing our blood. Abeg.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm coming from another angle. My angle is, you are right. My angle is this: haven't robbed himself with this red oil, that dent that he has already spoken in favor of a fraudulent election and a fraudulent president, a man on whose election the beavers were switched off, where tribes were profiled, people's lives were taken. He pretended he was not around when the cacophony and the political cataclysm that hit Lagos happened. He came out to defend and spoke to defend APC and spoke against the obedient and the Obi movement. Now that the Chicago school have done their work, Supreme American Court have done their work, American people have done their. What is his own say now? Are they going to call the DSS to check America because they said he called Obi movement narcissist or whatever? What is he going to call Chicago school now? Is Chicago lying? Are they a fascist movement? According to him. So we are expecting the so-called Nobel laureate to talk, because for me, he has disgraced himself. He ought to speak up, in apology to the world. Because being a Nobel laureate, whether he got it through the fraudulent means or through favoritism or nepotism or despotism or any way, he can't take that nomenclature from him. He should speak up right now in shame, or speak up as a man to say, okay, I'm sorry.
I messed up. America is the greatest country in the world just now. The world is a unipolar world. It used to be a bipolar world with the old Soviet Union. But right now, China is not there yet. The world is a unipolar world. Unipolar means one country controlling the world. You can't take it away from America. So yeah, I'm sorry. I just think he has embarrassed himself. He has embarrassed those that believed in him. And I just believe that he should come up and make an apology.
That ringtone go give me a copyright, please.
Yes. No, it's a phone that was ringing. Yes, I turned it off already. Sorry.
The ringtone will affect me. Thank you.
Yes, sorry about that. So I'm only speaking from the academia perspective and from the so-called Nobel laureate perspective, and those who claim to be right, supporting APC, they should call on their Wole Soyinka, their special son, Wole Soyinka, who has disgraced himself, who claim he did not know what happened at Lekki Tollgate, who claim he did not know what happened on the presidential election date in Lagos, who claim he did not know a lady was almost blinded, who claim that Nigeria, is working for them and for a few people. So it's a shame on them and those who follow them. Wole Soyinka should call on American government, should call on Chicago school, he should call on the American Supreme Court. He should investigate, he should order DSS, or Keyamu should order DSS against Chicago, if that is possible. So that's my point. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Alex. God bless you. Thank you.
But Ajawosh, you said it's my turn, right? I just wanted to make a point on Madam Rita's talk. Am I allowed to still continue?
Yes, just give. I think you don't talk all of that together now.
No. That was on Madam Rita. Now let me carry out my own verbosity on the nitty-gritty. I missed you guys. I'm sorry I'm not as frequent as I used to be. Since situations beyond my control for now. Soon I will be, I will be back to status quo. And thank you, Madam Rita. You virtually said nearly everything I wanted to say again. Spoke before, and we continue to speak like this. So they cannot stop us. It's like wildfire, because now information dissemination is very, very easy. That means at the fingertips of everybody, so long you have a phone, so long you have data, and so long you can access internet, or you can access, media generally. It's not the politics of 1990 or 1970s. Or the politics of early 2000, no. So the country is not working. Well, that is what is necessitating, that's what is giving birth to everything that's happening now. I'm sure they all look back now at their shamelessness, the people that governed this country for a very long time. They've all looked back, including the Atiku that is fighting for us now, fighting for Nigerians now, actually. When somebody does good, you also say it. The man has done well. He has earned my respect. I haven't forgiven him for the 11 billion or 11 trillion electricity money, but he has earned my respect. He has earned my respect. He has done well for now, and I want him to do more. I like you said, Nigeria, that he has already filed for a motion for an additional, evidence, to be added before the Supreme Court will give their judgment. I like the way he's going. So, and I'm very happy with the way Peter Obi also has taken his own stand. He has not cut out, he has not compromised, he has not, given up on his, dream for the obedient movement of a new Nigeria. So we are at a crossroads, that a country that is a member of OPEC, they are the capital poverty of the world. It's a paradox. It's a paradox. You cannot explain that. It's a shame on everybody who has been an head of state, a president, a minister, whatever you've been especially at the federal government and at the state level. It's a shame on all of you. Look at the country you are giving to your children and their children. Look at the country. Your children are running away from the country. What a shame. Name one American president whose child is working in Nigeria. Ex-president. American ex-senator whose child is working maybe in Senegal. So we should wake up to reality. And this generation of Nigerians, they are hot-headed. They are seeing how life is working across the world. They are seeing transportation system. They are seeing the train, the tram. They are seeing the railway system. They are seeing the electric buses. They are seeing everything. They are seeing the good life, the educational system of the Western world. Information is being shared on social media. They have friends they've never met, that they met online. They play video games online together. Some of them are in Africa, and these guys are in Australia. They are showing them things in America, in Canada, in different parts of the Western world. And we have more than enough of what it takes to build this country. And people are still struggling with election organization, transparent elections. Somebody just wake up and say there were glitches. And we just, and we have a set of judges that has become so cantankerous, so nonchalant, so bambic that they just trivialized it. That they did not say, the constitution did not say INEC must report. They just gave us a fallacious boogaboo. They just trivialized that criminal, that treasonable felony on the part of Professor Mahmoud. Oh, I know it's just a matter of time he will still go to jail. It's just a matter of time. Either he will run into exile forever, or he will eventually go to jail, and his prison sentence will be for life imprisonment. So I just want to join my voice as usual to the obedient movement worldwide, to Mr. Peter Obi, to Julius Abure, the Labour Party chairman, to the vice presidential candidate, and to everybody who desire a better country for their children. Even if you are not in Nigeria, you are doing your bit. Even if you are praying, you are talking at every forum and every fora. I want to say we are in this together. We may disagree sometimes, but we are still together. Even those who do not come online again, but you sincerely desire a new Nigeria where children will have, they will beat their chest to say, yes, our parents gave us a great country and we'll move it forward. Or in Nigeria where the country will just be splitted if Obi will not be given his mandate, if the election will not be cancelled. Let that revolution come. When it comes, a lot of us will join. We will still join to secure our land. We'll join to fight to secure the lands our forefathers gave to us. My great-grandfathers to the 5th generation passed away. They gave these lands to my fathers, and they gave it to me, and I'm not willing to trade it for some political, jaguars who don't believe in, progress and development. I'm ready to fight in any capacity I can to fight for my land. So, gentlemen and ladies, I thank those in the north who are also joining us. I thank those, in the Middle Belt, those who are in the south. I know that an idea indeed whose time has come can never be stopped. Obi will get his mandate. Let's see what the Supreme Court will say. Because for me, to be honest, I don't believe in them, but it's up to them. If they like, they should do the right thing. They should bring this evidence and see how they can cancel these elections and order a rerun immediately, or bring all the election results together and declare the real results and make apologies to Nigerians for the display of the tribunal. The tribunal was a disgrace. It was a vendetta, a personal vendetta against Peter Obi from the legal luminary. It was just so personal, the way they were talking. So I believe the Supreme Court, being the apex court, will come around and make apologies and make amends. But the disgrace on Nigerians just now, it has affected our passport, it has affected our currency, it has affected our security, the migration is increasing, the inflation is high, the insecurity is skyrocketing. It's just, so how many can you measure on? How many, what can you say? Nothing is, what is a continuation of Buhari borrowing syndrome. Now they borrowed another $1.5 billion a few days ago. The borrowing just keep going. Now human rights activists across the country are crying that Tinubu's government have continued. They raised the alarm this morning that they've continued the borrowing syndrome of Mr. Buhari's government. So we are not going anywhere. It's the same thing. When we were talking during the campaign time that APC is APC, a man that brought in Buhari is coming. So the real producer of the movie is coming. What do you expect? It's a promise of the movie, and it's happening now. So I hope the Supreme Court judges will do what is needful. We grab the bull by the horn, even if they've allegedly collected money, but money, food for belly, belly for food, God will destroy both of them one day. We are going to die and leave this world, either by old age or by one way or the other. So guys, like I always say, Nigeria will definitely happen to you, directly or indirectly. Today, Emmanuel Agbogu is seeing it now. I hope those who are in charge of that case will go into proper investigation. We see our son, even if he's an APC guy, at least you have seen it now that the system does not even, it's like they are like animals. Sometimes wild animals don't know their own owners, their own keepers. When they are hungry, they will eat anybody. So right now, what is happening to him, it should serve as a lesson, so that when he comes out from this quagmire, because they put him on a murder case, I mean, they might charge him to court and put him on a death row. Before you know it, they'll tell you, God forbid, he's gone. Just like that, if we do not raise alarm and continuously raise alarm that justice, investigation should be served, I mean, it should be carried out thoroughly, because we don't want another Mohbad case. Now that this guy is alive and he has cried out, I use this forum again to cry out to the necessary authorities. Edo State will not tolerate another Mohbad, directly or indirectly. We want Agbogu's case to be free and fair. It should be investigated, and if he's not found guilty, he should be set free immediately. I call on the Commissioner of Police in Edo State to send his men quickly to Oko prison to find out why Emmanuel Agbogu and APC human rights activists should why he should be placed on a murder case. If really is not guilty, he should be taken out from there, because murder case is not a case you joke with in Nigeria. This guy, I never like him. If not for Mr. Niger, I wouldn't mention this kind of name in my own submissions. But Niger, as a leader, you are to us with what you stand for. We have to discuss what you bring here. So Nigeria is happening to him now. I hope when he leaves that prison, he will come out a repented political man and take the message, the goodwill message of Mr. Peter Obi and of a new Nigeria to the APC people and make converse for us. So I will leave it here. Thank you, Mr. Niger.
Thank you, Mr. Alex, for bringing that on again. God bless you, my brother. We are going to be talking more extensively about Emmanuel Agbogun situation tomorrow by 5 p.m. Nigerian time. So we're going to do that first before coming on our normal 6 p.m. broadcast. So for anybody that want to join us at that particular time should join us. It needs to be released, because we don't want to hear, other things have happened to him. So yeah, that's why we're crying out now. Meanwhile, let's move on and call on the next person to speak to us. We have people here that have not said anything at all. Mr. Edwin, thank you very much, sir. I would like you to talk to us. Good evening to you. Mr. Edwin, are you there? Mr. Edwin is the only person, if you call on this platform, it takes him 2 minutes to respond.
Thank you very much, sir. Good evening.
Thank you, Mr. Edwin.
My greetings to fellow panelists. I greet everybody, comment section. Thank you very much for the numerous videos you've shown and those released written documents that were read. We thank God for everything, but one thing is clear. Those people agitating and fighting for him to remain in office, this certificate saga, what is going to bring for everyone, it's also going to be for them. The same way fuel is not being bought cheaper in Edo State, in Lagos State, and that is how the embarrassment internationally is going to sanction everybody. Because what they are doing, they think they are smart, because they just want to have their way and make sure they remain in power. Like Antelita rightly said, these people, they don't have shame. Wole Soyinka is another man who would have used this opportunity to respect himself and show that really he's a Nobel Peace Prize winner by coming out to say, well, at this junction, I was sorry, and I'm sorry to all Nigerians that what I'm hearing now is detrimental to the life and to the respect of every Nigerian. But they don't want to do that. Instead, they are still looking for one way or the other, because they are all tribal bigots. Nothing more than that. Now, as we are saying, since morning, allegedly, it has been on the internet, where he has now tried to change one of his name now from Ahmed to Adekunle. This shameful act that does not end, every second he's still committing them, because it is Adekunle that is now on the NYSC that he presented. This morning he was trying, and the obedience, they raised alarm and they quickly put it on net that he's trying to change his name from Wikipedia to Adekunle. No more Ahmed. And this is a man. And even the people helping him right now, they are supposed to find out and make them accomplished. They are even trying to commit more crime now. At the end of the day, what we are saying now does not matter to them. Well, I want them to also understand one thing. Before they think they can insult the intelligence of every Nigerian, we also want them to know that the original file from CSU has been sent directly to the Supreme Court. So the details that is there, they have to defend it. The female certificate, which collaborated the social security number that also confirmed that person to be a female, they have to tell America to change it. His primary and secondary school that is nowhere to be found, nowhere to be known. They have to convince us and convince the Supreme Court. Though I know he believes he has got his people there, because this is the same confidence they were having when they say, go to court if you are not satisfied. But they also don't believe that they can also do that thing in the Supreme Court. But they forgot that this thing has gone a bit beyond Nigeria's border. It has gone a bit beyond border. International communities are all looking. They are watching closely. They want to see the way it is going to go. Most especially when the registrar said it categorically that Nigerians are known for that. I will now want to see the way the Supreme Court judges are going to do something different to prove that Nigerians don't aid such a thing and they don't do such a thing, or they are not legible to this type of a thing. We are watching. If they are going to, because of one man and his cabal, ring the bell of destruction and then butter our name and image for one man and his cabal, let's watch. But mind you, nearly the whole of them, 80% of their children, they are all here abroad. That same embarrassment will touch one of them or two of them, their children, directly or indirectly. When they are not touched in person, their families here abroad will be touched. So it's going to be a fight of a fool that thinks he is the most powerful man on earth. The fight of David and Goliath. When they think they can do this to all, we the entire Nigerians, without respect, no thinking twice, they want to take things back into total retrospect. We will go along with them. But why did Tinubu join Adeko? He joined Adeko to fight oppression. Now, he's now preparing the tools of oppression against media house in Nigeria. Let's watch how he's going to inherit this thing and think he will get the joy at the end of this tunnel. We will see. That light that is thinking is going to meet at the end of the tunnel in all this mischievous attitude is going to be total darkness for him. Because why? He's not the entire 200 million Nigerians. Himself and his cabals, they are not the entire 200 million. You change these documents like it's not a big deal. I don't understand. You submit one thing or the other. You fake almost everything in your life. Now, those people defending him, just wait and see what is going to come out of the FBI. We are all waiting patiently. We are not tired. If people are not tired, the 200 million Nigerians can also not be tired. Because people have felt it's your time, it's your right, and you must do it. I don't really know what makes people to feel you are better Nigerian than every other Nigerian, that it's your time that you must rule. you must be a minister, you must be a secretary, you must be a communication director. I don't really understand what makes you guys feel that way. Because the way you people are trying to handle this thing, I'll tell you one thing. There's a proverb in Benin, "Ewe fiankon." So on ewe fian e talk bedin ehimi. In Benin, there's one proverb we have. We believe goat not bite. But if goat mistakenly bite you, it must lead you to the world beyond. No remedy. So if you people think Nigerians are goats, they don't bite, they are harmless. But at the time they mistakenly start to bite, or they start to bite at all, it's going to be over for all of you. Because what we are seeing now, I cannot really understand why you people think with a school said, and in their own submission, they were asked, can you authentify this certificate? They said no, they cannot. They did it verbally and on oath. You people are still trying to redesign the message because he released about 130 of you as wolf dogs that will go out there and scavenge for which way to damage the news and the information that is being said about him. And people are really out now doing it. You see, I don't know if most of you have remembered what the Nigerian national item is all about. If people know what it's all about, I don't think most of you will be doing this thing. And again, at the time an illiterate succeed in using you as an illiterate, when they succeed in using you as you that is educated, then you now become a perpetual illiterate. And that's what this man is doing with all of you. He has no school set, no school certificate, no university, but he's using every one of you, even those of you that are even ready to back your doctorate degree. You are being used, and you are not seeing it as a concern to say, why do I even went to school at all? If this man can make me an errand boy, people are more or less like errand boys. I don't see anything different from errand boys the way this man is tossing you guys all over. The one who will tell to go to arise to go and lie, you come there, you start to fool yourself. You not present yourself as if you didn't even go through the world of education. The one he will not ask to go to marketplace, you go to marketplace, you will be worse than tomato seller when you are presenting yourself. The one he will send abroad, you go abroad and you go and fool yourself in international stages because he has told you go and do it this way. What is your personal concern? Your esteem value for your own personal self. Not talk of the entire country now. That this man is using every one of you to destroy a place you call home, your country. Most of you have been to abroad. Most of you have also studied abroad. And this same Nigeria people are destroying now. The Nigerian government finance most of you through scholarship. And after backing your sound education, this is the thank you want to now use to serve Nigerian people, to destroy the entire society, to destroy the value. How is the mighty falling? It's so painful and it's heart aching when we sit down to think and take a deep breath and think of what people are doing to this country that has invested so much money and time on you people to grow up. But this is what you people are giving back in return. Total destruction and collapse. Dignify the name of a country that has given you so much and invested so much on you and your life. Some of you came from Duamadagu In fact, Medugurians go. But because Nigeria government has recognized to say this brain must not waste, they sent most of you abroad, invested the hard money of Nigeria as a country to train all of you and give you sound education. At the end, the beast in you people overcome the human in you people by being a co-solicitor of destruction in the name of that Nigeria and in the people of Nigeria and in the value of the country that gave much and invested much on you people. How is the mighty falling? But I tell you one thing, every day for the thief and one day for the owner. Nigeria is the owner of the society, the name and the environment people are destroying. But you people should know one thing, one day, the Nigerian youth that is now up to say, let us do the right thing at least for once, they'll get it right. They will pin you guys down and it will become a game over. It will become a game over. Mind you, the Nigerian in population, they are all down, but they are not struggling they are not saving themselves and struggling again not to fall because they are already down. But you people are standing. So they will continue to pull you people down until you come down to them and they will not climb you to rise. That is going to be because this is the mother of nature. When you pay back bad for good, nature will always give you a satisfaction. Nature will pass judgment on every one of you. I tell you, it's not going to be too late. The year of graduation is questionable. The year of birth is questionable. The gender is questionable. The owner of social security number that appeared is an American citizen, which American citizen can never be a Nigerian president. It's questionable. The NYSC, there's a letter that you tender that you were exempted. Now, that was when you were contesting for the governorship election. Now, by the presidential election, you tender another one that you served your NYSC. At the end of the day, from nowhere, Adekunle now came in there. 3 days ago, it was posted on the net for everybody to know that it is carrying Adekunle, Tinubu, Adekunle, Bola. Then yesterday, stroke this morning, you decided now to go to Wikipedia to go and change it to Adekunle. Now, where is Bola all along? Tomorrow, when they now decide to compare them, what are you going to say again? APC members, you that are fighting for him, people are not seeing in that it's not going to complicate, bring up another total complication again all over. But you will now say, obedience are after you people. Obedience are stubborn. They don't have respect. And they are disgusting in their attitude and in their manner. Whereby all you said people are doing, you people are the architect of this avenue, of this gangsterism, of this destruction, of this shameless act. At the end, you people don't want to take and accept your mistakes. You people don't want to turn back and mend your footsteps where it went wrong. Instead, you want to call it the name of other party. Yes, Atiku maybe must have been before now done a lot of things wrong. But this time, he said, let's do it right. Maybe because he have seen that the youth, obedient, our principal has come to say, let this country now be right from now on. And he decided to support. Why are you people not doing the same thing? Why do you people decide to separate yourself from such a movement? To be a good ally of the movement of better Nigeria. What is wrong that Atiku is doing right now? APC members, gullible criminals, those stupid cabals that went to school like they didn't go. Where are you people? What is wrong that Atiku is doing now? Can you tell us? By saying, let the truth come out. I'm disturbed. I have to tell you people, because what I am thinking and my view to how this thing might end up is not, there's no easy landing for it. And it's not going to be good for everybody, both the good and the bad. Just ask yourself exactly what has happened now with petrol
Thank you.
price. Has there been APC filling station? Well,
Thank you.
these are questions you have to ask yourself. Check all we've mentioned, recalibrate yourselves, and then try to think which best way to help Nigeria and the citizen. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, Mr. Edwin. God bless you, sir, for your submission. All right. Before I will call on a final submission, let me take these articles here. Please stay mute. Stay mute. Thank you. Let's take this couple of articles here quickly before we go. This one here is saying from Jackson Ude. You know, I read similar thing earlier on, but he posted another one again saying that Bola Tinubu's cancelling appointment over ill health. For about 5 days now, Bola Tinubu is said to have remained upstairs in his bedroom and have not been seen by political associates due to his failing health. Insiders in Aso Rock confirmed to me that meetings with political allies are being cancelled because he is unable to come downstairs to meet anyone. They said he is very sick and being attended to by doctors who have been in Aso Rock for the past few days. The cause of sickness has not been made clear. His political associates are worried. He has not made any public appearances since the Chicago State University confirmed he forged its certificate. Now, Jackson Ude, I pass this one on. Whereas I have another one quickly here. Let's take this one together, my people. What is currently going on with our people in Ethiopia? Let's take this one. The situation of Nigeria. We're just trying to update you guys as it comes. Okay, on this one, as you can see right there, I'll take a quick read. 250 to die, jailed in Ethiopia for being Nigerians. Question. These are Nigerians. You know, I don't know what is happening there. This one was posted yesterday on the 7th of October by Vanguard. Before now will come blame him, now go blame the reporter. You know, this definitely is not the best time for Nigeria, especially as it regards our international image. The country's image crisis is largely enclosed in the unfortunate perception of the citizens as criminals just because of wrong act by a few unpatriotic individuals. Okay, let me take this one quickly to know what they're trying to talk about. Oh, stories about Nigerian nationals serving various jail sentences, those who have died mysteriously in foreign prisons, as well as individuals either on death row or have been executed, particularly for trafficking drugs in foreign countries, are no longer new. And that's how bad things have become. Okay, I don't want to continue with that because there are so many adverts here that is so irritating. I have to remove it. Okay, let's take this one quickly. Guys, please press on the like button and help us to share. Okay, as you can see, you remember that Atiku reference to this the other day on his press conference. How Gani Faweimi exposed Tinubu's lies, fakery, and forgery 24 years ago documents. Curiously, Faweimi mysteriously died suddenly before he could pursue the investigation to its logical conclusion. Okay, on this one, I think there's expansion on it. Let me see. Let me see if I have the expansion. Okay, I have it here. Let me just put the expansion on screen and take one or two paragraphs from it quickly. Guys, please bear with me. That's the expansion that right there. Let me see if we can take just one or two paragraphs prior to the expose by the candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in the 2023 presidential election, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, of the fraud, forgery perpetrated by the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the Chicago State University. The late legal icon Gani Fawemi, senior advocate of Nigeria, has exposed multiple lies by the Tinubu's 24 years ago in 1999. This was contained in a publication by Newswatch magazine on the fraudulent education qualification claims by Tinubu. The publication was derived from the request of late Fawemi to the police, wherein in the request requested the authorities to investigate Tinubu over fraudulent education qualification claims when he contested Lagos State governorship election in 1999. The publication juxtaposed Tinubu's education qualification claims versus the verified facts available as follows. Tinubu's claims, the facts. 1. Attended St. Paul's Primary School, Aroloya, Lagos. False. Comment. There is no St. Paul's Primary School in Lagos at all. 2. Attended Government College Ibadan between 1965 to 1968. False. Number 3, attended University of Chicago between 1972 and 1976. False. Number 4, graduated from Chicago State University with BSc Business and Administration in 1979. False. Number 5, qualified as certified public accountant in 1979. False. Number 6, work in Otto Addison 1983 to 1985. False. Number 7, worked in Deloitte, Harkins, and Sales, 1983 to 1985. False. Number 8, worked in Mobil Oil Corporation, Nigeria. False. Number 9, was born March 29, 1952 or March 29, 1957. False. See an excerpt of the publication below. Now, Fawemi, Gani Fawemi, now they talk all this one, so people went to dig everything out. Tinubu's claim, that is all of them right there, all was false. So the man was in a process of all this investigation, according to the report. Look at all of them. Yeah, I'm not going to read all because there are a lot. In the process of all these reports, now they say therefore take a life that time. So he could not complete the report anymore. So many of us don't know Gani Fawemi until Atiku came in to pay tribute to him the other day on his press conference. So these are all the information right there. In case you want to read more, please endeavor to go read more on here. So I'll leave that one out. I'd like us to quickly move on to another information that we have for you here. Please like and share. Like and share. We're about rounding up, but let me quickly take all these together so that it can be on our record as well. Total baggage is sky good. All right. Okay, you can see this one here. Although they were speaking a language that's okay, I'll pause that, but there's interpretation here. Tell our politicians to do right thing, because if we are complaining, they will say we are speaking for the opposition. There is no more opposition. It is the government and Nigerians. What we have is hungerization, not opposition. Hungerization. We are going through hell, and you are still saying opposition. We complained about bad road. They said the opposition. Are we all blind? Nobody is praying for you. Even if anyone collects money to pray for you, nobody must know, because People are not happy and do not want anyone to associate with you. Now, what did I talk for that video with that? The situation now, the beautiful thing about this whole thing is affecting everybody. That make me tell like this whole situation right now is affecting every single person. So nobody can shy away from it. But meanwhile, let's take our final submission so we can close, my people. Thank you so much. I would like to go to give us a mandate. Give us a mandate, please. You are the only person that will have 8 minutes here. The rest people, I'm going to give you them for 5 minutes. So give us a mandate. Give us talk to us 8 minutes because you have not given your first submission before. Good evening to you. Thanks for joining us.
Good evening, Mr. Elvis. Thank you very much for the opportunity. That last video, I mean, it just basically um, it opens the eyes of the people to understand that, like you always say, the evil that you support may end up being that evil that will bring the person down in the future. And greetings to the panelists, Paidwin, Mr. Alex, Madam Ellen, and Fad Jaka. Engineer Francis. Greetings to everyone and the panelists. The comment section greetings. I saw that video. I mean, he was speaking in Yoruba language that there are no more opposition. What they now have is the politicians and then Nigerian, and then there's hunger session now. A session, that means everybody is hungry. Bad roads everywhere. People are mean. So it is now glaring that whether you're a Muslim or you're a Christian or you're a traditional worshiper, everybody go collect. Whether you live in diaspora or you live in Nigeria, it is affecting us even in diaspora. Either way, whether you believe it or not, it's affecting everybody because the amount you will spend, you used to send on before has now tripled. So that is to that video. But one thing that I is so revealing is how can these people not have shame? They said the guy's name is Bola Ahmed Tinubu before, right? All of a sudden they are now trying to add Adekunle to his name, BAAT. So that means the guy does not even know his own name, or because this is just kind of crazy. Like, and like Baiduin said, it's just that they don't have shame because this is just it is everywhere. This guy is a forger. Do they need to break their head? They need to open the head of APC members for them before they can understand that this guy is a forger. If for certificate, you don't have to open your head and I don't know. But that last video is just what I'll probably just give say it or speak to and then just round up everything because whether you believe it or not, people are actually suffering. There is hunger in the land, there's suffering in the land, people are being buyed every day. There's no hope for the common man because these people are just looting the country and taking the people's wealth for themselves and their families. But I think Atiku has presented under he has filed some other case to the to Supreme Court. Hopefully, they are admitted. But regardless, there are some things that are already before the Supreme Court. 25% of Abuja, there is a forfeiture, there is dual citizenship, there is double nomination. All of these are just enough to even throw out this guy in the first instance. And now talk about the forgery thing. So now it's no more Bat, or how are we going to pronounce his name now? Is it Bat or how? Because now you're seeing two A's in between his name. And don't forget that Bola A Tinubu, it may not even necessarily mean Adekunle. He said his own name is Adekunle before. Now, like I said, that A now, since it was a female's credential that was presented from Southwest College, it may be Adenike, it may be Aderonke, it may be um, uh, Alake, Anike, but all of a sudden now, and there is no way you can have two middle names. I don't know. I mean, you and I, we are Nigerians. It is just one middle name. I don't know if anybody has two middle names. Maybe somebody can correct me. So how all of a sudden this gonna become Bola Ahmed Adekunle Tinubu? Man, I don't know. Or they will tell you that honestly, these people are they are just delusional. Just trying every possible means to defend this thing called lies. There is no way you can defend this. There is no way you're going to defend this. So all of a sudden now you are trying to add Adekunle to his name. So you're going to be Bola Ahmed Adekunle. If we had Ajani too now, this is so funny. Honestly, these guys, their case, I don't know, but we just, I don't honestly, I don't know, I don't know. Like these guys they are just coming up with every lie just to spin the lie, force the lie through the throat of the people. Is it by force? Nigerians, we know the truth that Bola, the one that calls himself Bola Ahmed Tinubu, did not go to Chicago State University. His name is Songolere. He even stole somebody's identity. It wasn't him that went to Chicago. It is not a rocket science. This is just simple thing for them to know. Now we are hearing the news and I is sick. Well, I don't know, but whether he's sick or he's not sick, whether he's ill or not, what I just want is declare the person that won the election, which is Mr. Peter Gregory Obi. He won the election. Declare him as a winner, and that's what we want from Supreme Court. And that's where I'm going to round up my whole talk, because Peter Gregory Obi did win. He won the election. The APC, they knew that Peter Obi won the election. Tinubu himself know that Peter Obi won the election. Even Atiku know that Peter Obi won. Mahmoud Yakubu knew that Peter Obi won the election. So Supreme Court declare Peter Obi as a winner of the election and let him take his course, and then we start recovering Nigeria. Nigeria start recovering, and then we can get our country back. Thank you very much, Mr. Ibis. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother. God bless you. All right, Engineer Francis, are you there, sir?
Yes, I'm here. I'm still here.
Thank you, sir. Please give us your final submission. 5 minutes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this 5 minutes.
Thank you, sir.
Let me call on Wole Soyinka. Wole, do you remember that your novel, The Man Died? Wole, who in the world died to make you be this? Remember that quote in that book. It says, and I quote, "The man dies in shame and cowardice who keeps silent in the face of tyranny." What are you doing to Nigerians? Where is that Wole? Where is that Wole? Please put back on that hat and stop this. Call your friend. Yeah, he has been very good to you. Call him and tell him that this is it. Please. And also, those Nigerian companies that are employing or that employ people from CSU, I want you to look at them a second time. Because if after this our rally, CSU doesn't play along, we should start calling on CSU documents to be regarded as fraud. And then Mr. Tinubu, to the DSS, the SSS, the EFCC, all of you agencies, please look at this. Nigeria is not Chicago in the 1920s. And that man in Asarok is not Al Capone. He's not John Gotti either. So you guys are not his whack guys. You guys are not his troops that go to whack people on the streets of Chicago. Al Capone did it very well in the 1920s to 1930. Unfortunately, Tinubu went to Chicago and went and learned whatever Al Capone did there, and he's now practicing it in Nigeria. It's a shame. My final appeal in this case is let me open something because we are talking about Wole Soyinka and the Nobel Prize. Well, I'm quite sure that the chances might be slim, but let me voice it out now in the open to the Nobel Commission. I actually filled one of those forms on your site recommending Peter Obi for the Nobel Peace Prize of this year. And look at what's happening. Russia, Ukraine is now getting the entire NATO countries rattled. And look at the one that just broke up yesterday or 2 days ago. Israel is now surrounded and they are now in serious war with Lebanon. They have over 300 casualties, Israelis already. It's war and war all over the place. And Nigeria would have even joined, except for one P2B who called on his supporters when this result was announced. He called on his supporters and said, please lay down your arms. Let's go the legal way. That is peace. I remember when you guys and gave Barack Obama the Nobel Peace Prize. I remember part of what I read, you guys wrote, was you guys were projecting the kind of peace he speaks and the kind of peace he will bring, especially between the racial problems that was going on in America then. Now look at Nigeria. If this man did not call his supporters to lay down their arms, it would have been very, in fact, by now, everywhere would be burning.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
guys, you guys take that into consideration. He deserves a Nobel Peace Prize. Thank you.
Thank you, Francis. God bless you, sir. Thank you, Madam Ellen. I don't know if you're still there with us.
Yes, Mr. Elvis, I'm still here.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Give us your final submission, 5 minutes. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Elvis, I want to understand what's the essence of this editing and adding this Adekunle to the lineup of names now? What's the
I don't know. I
No,
think is
so that because Adekunle appears already in some prior forms, so he wants to bring it now to make it official.
official.
Like
That's all.
like his NYSC certificate had Adekunle. So now it's like he is backdating the crime in the present, even in our face right now.
In our face, yes.
in our face? That's what it means.
Now, wow.
Are these people even thinking? People doing this because, like, what Dele Mumunde had pointed out some days back. Are these people even thinking? Because I know definitely it will not be him who will go get up to go and do that. People are doing these things. Are they even thinking? Are they even are they are they even bothered that they made a whole mess of this whole name thing, university stuff, and where I worked and where I didn't work? Are they even bothered with what it is bringing? Which one is this one now? I beg. We they talk the one where would they talk? They go do another one where why are these people bent on making us appear like Nigeria is a place where only empty bags operate, where a place where our educational system is produces mostly what will I call it, non-entities. Why are they bent on this? We are talking about the one we are talking about, and they are going further to do this drama again. Why are they doing this? Anyway, Sharp, me, like I'll keep saying it. This is on the Supreme Court. You see how the justice in American system speedily delivered a judgment that is clear crystal, no bias, no this thing, no. I mean, you just see that this is a system that works for everybody, irrespective of who you are. They brought it back, they've sent it back to us. So now are we going to do our thing, or are they going to sit down, look at this issue critically, and remove any form of technicality and give a fair judgment? At least this is the only time that we can launder our image. Are they going to begin from now to standard image laundering, or they are going to push us deeper into a mess that will take us maybe another 100 years to come out of? That's my question. They should look at this very critically. However, whatsoever is driving these people, whatsoever is pushing these people, let them take time. They have enough time to sit down, ask themselves questions, deliberate, criticize, and then come out with a judgment that will not shame us further. Because if they do otherwise, do that same thing that I witnessed in the tribunal, wow, we are not going to come out of this. And I don't know where this will lead to. But trust me, like Madam Rita pointed out, this is on everybody. This is on me. This is on my parents who are passed on and they are no more. This is on a lot of Nigerians that kept quiet and just watched on. This is on all of us, and this price is going to be too big for us to leave for our children to come and pay. It will be too painful. They didn't bargain for this. They didn't bargain for this. So however they are going to do it, let them do it and do it right. Nigeria, the world is no longer, that place where you do things and then expect for it to just stay within your confine. Right now, because of the social media, because of the internet, because of a lot of things, the moment something drops, it's all over. The entire world, it has been networked that this moment information is shocked at where information has reached. I was watching a video where somebody was talking about a new song that somebody, I said something. I said, this thing is on the lips of every person, whether educated or not educated. I was watching some guys in a market. I think it's a massive market. I think I want to be, I'm suspecting it's either Onitsha Market or somewhere, or Balogu. They were making a song because of this forgery thing. You understand? So they are aware, they know, they are seeing it, they understand it. So however we want to paint it, change the narrative and, do all sort of drama to cover up, everybody is aware. So it's going to be too painful for us to pay this price just because somebody has to sit on a seat that is not really needful. Because, you have everything. It will be too big a price for us. We are going to, and this price will drag our children and our children's children. So let them sit down and rethink. Look at this thing critically. Eschew every form of technicality that I'm seeing. This is what they did when it was the tribunal, and they kept sending, information. At the end of the day, it was what the tribunal used to trash a case that was very clear, that was crystal clear. So now they are beginning to drop those info again, bit by bit, pieces by pieces. They should be aware that this is no longer just in a, it's no longer just in the confines of this country. It's all over. And please, I will continue to sound it. Forgery is not a Nigerian thing. We are not forgers. I went to school, I didn't forge. I have my credentials and they're still there with me. Please, please, please. Nigerians are not forgers. So those people that are actually beginning to pay the price in diaspora right now, please, they should look at their credentials and let them be. Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. I yield here.
Thank you. Thank you. Forgery is not a Nigeria thing. I will continue to say that. Thank you very much, Madam Helen. Thanks for joining us today. I appreciate you. Everybody on the panel, I've given their submission. Mr. Edwin is here, is the last person. Mr. Edwin, if you're still there with us, please unmute yourself. 5 minutes, sir. Final submission.
Yeah, thank you very much, Naija Watch. Like it's always said by every speaker, and I appreciate everyone. The only person that is giving me concern is Festus Kayamo, because it's like he has forgotten what his master, Ghanaian Fawemi, stood for and fought for. And it will now be clear for most of us to understand that these people, they have spirit of betrayal. Because this guy outright with what he is doing, he has betrayed his master. But like I would say, what they are trying to do will not help. Because there are numerous defaults in their presentation, in the past ruling, and now they are already singing the narratives of what they want the Supreme Court to rule on. That's exactly what we are seeing now. So Nigeria now should prepare. Like I have called for yesterday, I will repeat myself today. Those in California, please, Chicago, please put yourself together, write petition to the school and to the authority, the proper authority there, that they shouldn't sue Tinubu, Tifnubu. They should sue him now. And then declare this thing clearly that, again, like they've reiterated and like they've written before now, the certificate Tinubu gave out in Nigeria is never from them, it's never from their authority. Because these people now, these are things they are going to do and they will not say upon what the submission they made. Because their submission is already pointing on technicalities. But if these people want to save Nigeria from national and international embarrassment, let them do the needful. This country is ours. We have to remain to salvage it together. We have no any other country. Whatever country we are all, presuming to be our own here is like a sojourner. We are like a sojourner. It's like we borrowed here to dwell and to live in. Let's forget about what we have. Passport here is passport by paper. Citizen here is citizen by paper. Not where you know your ancestors, your great-grandfather's grave can be found. It's not the same thing. Citizen here is citizen by paper. And that's painful. So I want everyone to understand and let them do the needful. Thank you very much, Naija World. May God bless you for this fight. May you never get weak and may you never stumble with stress.
Amen.
And so also
Amen.
to
Thank you, sir.
every other Nigerian. This is the same prayer for everybody, including myself. May we will
Amen.
never
Amen.
stumble with stress. We shall fight and win this fight. God Almighty is the commander of our battle, and it shall come to pass. Thank you very much, Naija Watch. I wish you a happy evening and a nice sleep. Okay?
Thank you, sir. God bless you,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Edwin. I appreciate you and your prayer. God bless you for always praying for us every day. Thank you very much, everybody. We have come to the end of this broadcast today. I want to appreciate every one of you. Thank you so much for those of you that joined us today on the panel. Regina Francis, Madam Helen, give us a mandate. Mr. Edwin, Mr. Alex, Madam Rita, and many others that came in. May God bless every one of you. Then I would like to appreciate those of you. People who actually called in today. Those of you that called in today, thank you so much. God bless you. Then people that supported me today, Didier Anthony, Victor Smart, Ikato Lawrence, Kingsley Ogerahi, and Patty Solomon. Thank you very much. Good evening. Good evening to every one of you. And God will bless you. Now we have come to the end of the broadcast. I'd like to appreciate Mother of all Mommy Diaspora. Thank you very much, Mommy. We appreciate you, Mr. Joseph Oji. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Peg Modi, Imo Sokri. I can see you all. Tommy, I can see you as well. Tammy. Thank you very much, Duru. Eva Line. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate every one of you right there. Gloria, I can see you as well. Rosie Ayosh, thank you. And God bless all of you now. Amor Wumi, thank you so much. Thank you, Vitus, Mark Okonsai, I see you all. Esther, I see you as well. Juliet Holland, and many others. Vitus Akwebelem, thank you. My people, I appreciate you all. Please join us tomorrow. We are going to be early on talking about our brother, Comrade Emmanuel Agbogun, that is currently in the a prison in Benin City, Oko. So we are going to be talking about it tomorrow by 5 p.m. So we're going to take that for like 1 hour, 6 o'clock, our normal time. We'll start our normal broadcast. We might come out late for our normal broadcast tomorrow. We don't know, but let's see how it goes, how the first broadcast is going to go. Thank you very much, my people. Now God bless you now. Press on the like button before you leave. It's very, very important so that our voices can go far. Thank you and have a good night, everybody.
I know they do competition with anybody. If I offend you, forgive me. Show me love, go there biza. Kama bara wa lo ninu ife kan akanbi. I know they do competition with anybody. If I offend you, forgive me. Show me love, I go show you love. Kama bara wa lo ninu ife kan. But I know they do competition with anybody. If I offend you, forgive me. Show me love, I go show you love. Kama bara wa lo nínú ìfẹ́ kan. I know they do competition with anybody. If I offend you, forgive me. Show me love, I go show you love. Kama bara wa lo nínú ìfẹ́ kan. No, they do competition with anybody. If I offend you, forgive me. Tó bá ti sanwó fún Ṣẹ́gun Nàbí o, ẹ fẹ́ jókù. Alákọ̀bí Ṣẹ́gun Nàbí. Alákọ̀bí Sábà Mẹ́la. Anybody? Any bo. Anybody? Mo ló ń fọlú, ó gbà mí bó ṣe rí mi láti finishi. Délé mo ló ń fọlú, ẹ jẹ́ ń sọ̀rọ̀. Délé